This will be sortie number 1, entitled Smash and Grab. There was no last session, although this is a part of an ongoing story for some, and renewal of older stories for others, and brand new stories for even others. That said, I really don't have much to say other than we are in Night City. The year's 2045. It's October. Let's see. 13th. It would be October 20th. Yeah, everyone's recovered from past sorties last week or so ago. And I'm going to go ahead and just leave it to you all to decide what you're doing from the start of the day and onward.
So I assume that Shaker is pretty much recovered from last bit.
Correct.
Yep. He would check his agent to see if he has any messages from Zigzag, the fixer, about upcoming jobs.
So, every one of you, as you wake up today, will have a message from me saying, there is something I would like to speak to you about. If you would please contact me at your earliest convenience.
Can you go ahead and type that out? Because I'm trying to puzzle out in my head how you spell Zeras.
Oh, can it not be like an audio message?
Yeah, I can get an audio message. It's fine. I was just trying to be a jerk.
Yeah, so Shaker would respond. Give me the deets.
It's best to do it in person. Would you like to meet for, say, a meal this afternoon?
Yeah, when and where?
There's this little place in, let's say, do you know the diner? It's I think it's called Mama Kuso's.
I do know it.
Oui, yes, at 1 o'clock.
You sound nervous. Is everything okay?
Nah, it's just, my
This is a message.
Well, it sounds like we're talking.
Yeah, I thought he would call me. Did you
That's
not
fine.
call me?
That's fine.
Yeah,
Continue. Sorry.
Let's do that. Is there any way that I can gauge? Is there a perception thing in this? Would I be able to?
Oh,
he sounds nervous.
You know me. I'm just very flippant and don't have a very strict schedule. So it's like, let's say 1 o'clock. It's more. It's less. It's not nervousness that's coming through. It's more just like, oh shit, I actually need to make a plan now and pick times and things. Crap. Let's do this here. Then why not?
As has always been the case, even in my Dungeons and Dragons and games, you cannot use skill rolls against each other in the hopes of gaining IP that way. Nice try, Andy. You douche.
What do you mean by IP?
Can I make a human perception roll to see if I can get a success in it and get IP?
No, that's not what I was not about getting experience. It was about gauging his
unless you're shooting your allies, you should not ever need to make a skill roll against anybody in this party.
Okay.
Yeah, just to clarify the character, Andy, he's incredibly flippant and is just like, shit, let's do it there, man.
Matt, you're coming through like you're underwater. I saw you trying to talk there, but you were really quiet.
Might set up kind of funky right now. Give me a minute.
Sure. All right. I also apparently from your last setup had you turned down quite a bit, so that also helps. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Conversation had. I believe you said Madame Cousseau's.
Yeah, why not?
Sounds great.
Made up a place. It's there now.
It's fine.
Fight me.
I don't have to.
John likes it when you make things up.
This baby cat keeps trying to jump up on the desk, and I keep telling him no. I set him into his little box here. I'm gonna fight him. Stop being bad. Okay, so as I put that onto the map, any other conversations or anybody else interacting with their agents?
Yeah. when Spotlight wakes up, he'd give Zigzag a call.
Ah, bonjour, bonjour. Is a good time. You call me. I just get off the phone with another friend. He is meeting me for meals this afternoon. Would you like to join us?
Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Too much up front. Anyway, and you hear slightly labored breathing, not too bad. It sounds like the as if someone's running on a treadmill. And I was like, all right. Is this gonna be good for my stream? Because you know, last time the numbers dropped a little bit, and you know, I got to keep those numbers up.
Well, the meal will not, but I believe you will like the plan. Yes.
All right. Whatever. As long as I get the views and the likes, that's all I care about.
Would
All
I have
right.
sent you
What
the
time?
message if it were any other way?
What time were we meeting? Where are the deets?
It's 1 o'clock at Madame Cousseau's. Oui?
Sounds great. Am I allowed to do an IRL there?
Oui, yes.
All right, wonderful. Fans will love it. Getting in on the in-depth ground level planning. Love it. All right, take care, man.
I love him. Okay. Anybody else?
All right. Can you hear me properly now?
Yes.
Okay. So, Red Eye is going to get up, sees that there's a message, grabs a bowl, starts making cereal, turns the TV on, starts messing around with some programs, spends a couple of hours doing that, remembers the message, listens to it. Waits another half an hour, calls him.
Ah, bonjour, it's been a while, has it not?
Yeah, a little bit. What's
I
up?
have a job I would like to include you in if you have time to discuss the details.
I suppose. Where?
Would you like to join me and some friends for a meal at say 1 o'clock?
Who's paying for the meal?
My friend, if that is so difficult, you know I shall take care of you.
All right. Hangs up.
Okay.
I text him Madame Cousseau's 1 o'clock, and then I send him a calendar invite.
I'm glad one of us remembered the restaurant details.
Yeah. As soon as he hung up, I was like, oh shit, he's never gonna get it unless I put it in his agent.
And any action from Salt, or are you just going to be where the message tells to meet up?
No, Salt's gonna go over to Shaker's place. Maybe give him a text beforehand saying I'm dropping by. Then I'd be like, knock, 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 knock.
Okay, well, you would enter into the mega building and ascend up to the 47th floor to go to Shaker's apartment. You've been to the mega building a couple times, I presume. You would note that there is a bit of gang activity in mega building 803. Specifically, there are a lot of individuals known as the Valentinos who run through the area and around this area. But they don't really give you any guff. They're territorial, but only if you feel like you're imposing. And I presume you're just keeping a low profile, not acting too crazy, like some people might later.
Yep. Like later.
Yep, exactly.
Perfect. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, Shaker.
Yep. So the door would slide open, and yeah, come in.
Hey, Shaker, check out my new digs, man.
Wait, these are my digs.
No. My outfits. My outfit.
Okay. Nice. He Shaker looks at himself in the mirror glasses. Salt would see that Shaker's apartment is pretty Spartan, and like the mega structure, it's a little bit worse for wear. Yeah. So, but it has a lot of modern stuff happening in it, but it's you can see that it's a little worn around the edges.
Oh, how's it
So
going, man?
yeah, did you get that thing from Zigzag?
Yeah, I did. I figured I would come over here and see what you're up to, and see what'd you respond.
Yeah, I'll be there. I mean, gotta makes the eddies, right?
All right, all right, all right. Shaker and Salt back together again. Loving it.
Shaker's eyes roll a little bit. Oh god.
If you were wearing these sunglasses, I wouldn't even see that, man.
I
Here,
know.
try them on.
No, I'll have my own mirror shades, thanks.
All right, all
But,
right.
but he would show him some of his he'd go into this back room and flip a switch, and you'd see like a little panel with a bunch of weapons in the wall, a la Cyberpunk 2077. Sort of show him some of his stuff, and he'd take his sort of get packed for what would potentially be the mission, and throw some stuff in a bag. He pulls a shield out and puts it on his back. Ready to go?
Yeah, I thought we were going out to eat, but whatever, man. Let me text Zigzag back that I'm going to be there.
You never know what you're gonna need. We could throw this in my car.
My agent can do this stuff, man. My agent recommended these clothes. Check them out, man. Little cuts in the jeans. They're like skinny jeans, man. Check out the shirt.
The algorithm might be broken. You're looking sharp. You're looking sharp, Salt.
I went from two viewers to one viewer.
I can't do it because people don't know, don't know style, man. Don't know style.
Anywho, you all eventually end up at Madame Crusoe's, which is pretty. You're still technically in the old combat zone, kind of northwest of it, or northeast of it. I can't do directions today. But that said, it's a nice enough place. It is a hole in the wall. It's built into a larger structure. The structures in question here, north of the Vista Del Rey Market, are kind of basically additions. So you'd have a building that looks like it's been kind of broken down and left with a couple of stories, and then someone built a couple more stories on top of it, and then someone built a couple more stories on top of it, and you can kind of see the differences between the level of sincerity in the architecture and construction. Basically, the lower portions look like they're crumbling, broken, but were built by someone who was serious about building buildings. The next ones look like they're pretty serious, and the last ones are basically just tin paneling and wood structures that have been kind of slapped together. Some of them with barbed wire kind of wrapping them together and holding them in place, all right there on the waterfront. But this is one of the lower ones, so it looks like it was actually built into pre-existing restaurant, or has been there since before the combat zone became the combat zone. When you enter in, the first thing that you smell is a really strong smell of tomato sauce, and there's only two people in the place. One of them looks like they're holding a small little device for whoever's first entering in.
I imagine I got there probably a good 20 minutes early, if not half an hour before I need to be there to kind of set myself up in a good spot in the back, away from everywhere.
So you would recognize that the device that the gentleman is holding is a panic button. There does appear to be an ADU device inside of the establishment, and it looked like there were two ADU devices at the street outside. ADU being automated defense unit. So they're basically turrets that will neutralize threats, and the panic button activates them without them having to be activated on their own. The other individual present here in this room is an older lady, kind of behind the cash register. They both kind of look at you as you enter in. They go, "Oh, Zigzag." They gesture to a table.
Thank you, lad. Thank you so much. Merci, merci.
Expecting a meeting or guests, or
There shall be, as I believe, another 5 or 6 joining me. Yes.
is it another group of your ne'er-do-wells? The lady from behind the register says. And the man says, "Shut up, Beatrice. Shut the fuck up." Looks at you. Sorry, she doesn't understand.
To be at an age where you can say what you want is a magnificent thing.
And she says, "Fuck you. I'm going for a smoke." And she walks out the back. And he kind of looks at you and says, "Do you want me to get you anything to start? Something to drink?"
That's the usual, please.
Got it. Heads into the back. Sounded like Shaker and Salt were being kind of bouncy backy, so they're probably not going to be right on time. You'd get a text message from Salt stating that he's in and will be there. I don't imagine Tim's character is going to be super punctual.
Not at all. I mean, I would have to have a 10-minute diatribe outside talking about what we're about to do.
So that leaves Red Eye. Would you be first on the scene then?
Yeah, I was actually going to say I would say Red Eye shows up actually oddly slightly early.
Okay, so literally you would hear, like, as you're entering in, you'd hear the last bit of the yelling from outside, and then as you're entering in, he's going back to get the drinks. He stops, kind of looks at you. Zigzag, you look up and see Red Eye. Describe your character, Matt, because this is the first time we've seen her in a while.
Oh gosh, I didn't write a description down, but I'll go off of the picture. But yeah, female, about like 5'6". One thing that you'll notice is instead of wearing the typical like red visor, she actually, you can see her eyes. I've upgraded her because why not? And then, just sort of wearing like kind of what you'd imagine a netrunner would be wearing, sort of like a full black bodysuit, and yeah.
Right on. So yeah, you head on in, and Zigzag sees you approaching. The gentleman kind of gives you a look and then looks to Zigzag. Zigzag sees the look and notices that the hand's on the panic button, kind of nods it off, and the server heads into the back. And Zigzag, since you're familiar with this place, you would know that there are probably 4 total people on staff right now. There's the cook, who is known as Uncle Joey. The older gentleman you just spoke to is Tony. The old lady is the mom. She and Tony are brother and sister. The old lady goes by Beatrice. And then there's a younger gentleman who's a cousin of the family who does the deliveries. And his name is Billy. But yeah, Red Eye, you step in, see the table.
Yep. Walk over, sit down.
Oh, as you go to sit down, you see Zigzag get up, do his usual, mi amor, please, please,
Thanks.
and like gets you a chair. And would you like to share a drink with me?
Sure.
Tony comes back out, sets the bottle down, he has a couple of glasses, a pair, sets those down with the bottle. It's a synthetic grape wine. It would be goes good with pasta, red or white.
Red.
Okay, cool. A red. I don't drink wine.
Depends on the pasta.
Yeah.
If-
Well, he said tomato sauce, so I was
Yeah.
going red.
Yeah.
So it's a synthetic grapes. It's up in the Napa Valley, where they make lots of fake grapes. You have two glasses. He looks at you and he says, "How many are we expecting?"
There is you, there's 1, 2, there's 3. Another 4 glasses, just in case.
Okay. And he heads back. And he says, "Do you want me to?" Stops and kind of turns back around. "Do you want me to start you off with anything?"
Oh, the table bread, please. The sticks are so fantastic.
Beatrice wants me to push the bruschetta.
It's fine. Bring
Okay.
it.
Heads back.
So,
And you
who
hear.
else is it?
Sorry, real quick, you'd overhear. Did he take the dry ass bread? Yeah. Yeah, I did.
But yeah, but I would just sort of So who else is on this one?
Have you met this Celt and this Shaker?
I've heard of them.
Oui, and is a new one. Is bit jumpy, but has his effectiveness. He streams under is it TikTok or Spotlight? Is Showman Flashlight? I don't. He has camera.
Nice.
He has terrible editing. I don't know why people watch him.
You do enough cuts and people will watch anything these days.
Damn.
Yeah, but that garbage.
Like and subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
God, you're taking my lines.
I thought these jokes were gonna land. You guys are throwing them out like they're nothing. Anywho,
Oh, and there's a new friend I met on the last mission. I have not heard from him, but I hope he will be joining us. A medic.
Could be useful.
He proved to be very useful last time for Mr. Shaker.
all right.
Interesting. I thought Shaker was better than that.
Salt,
We all slip up.
you're driving with Shaker from Mega Building 3 to Madame Cousseau's, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make your way through the low streets. You end up at a point where you can see the building, but it doesn't look like there's any parking out front. You can see one of these kind of small lots kind of off to the side. It looks like it's actually the foundational structure of a building that's been filled in. Like a building got knocked down and they just filled it in with cement. And it looks like they've painted, pretty crudely, parking signs. There's a guy hanging out there in a wife beater, kind of got grease all over it. He's got like street tattoos all over him. Very Latin stylings. And he's got like a necklace around his neck, obviously, made out of gold. That looks like a V is kind of hanging from the gold chain. He kind of looks over at you all as you're kind of coming around the way. He's like, kind of gesturing for you to come on over.
Yeah, I would. So I recognize him as Valentino, right?
I mean, you probably don't know too much about like who's the who, but he's definitely wearing the filigree.
Right. And I know that gang from where you live and all that. Certainly, yeah.
And
Okay,
so
so pull in.
he kind of sees you kind of coming up and kind of comes up to the driver's side window and reaches into his pocket, pulls out a roll of Eddies, kind of looks at you, and he says, "It's 50 eddies for an hour, 100 eddies for 2, and this is pretty outrageous pricing, you would note.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So yeah, Shaker would give him 50 eddies and say 50 more when I get back and it's in good shape.
Yeah, that's more than fair. And he takes the 50 and puts it in his pocket. How long do you think you're going to be?
And not more than an hour.
Sounds good. Sounds great. I love it when people don't make a fuss. Points over to a parking space that's kind of close to the wall. It says, go ahead and take up those 2 spots. And kind of waves you on over to park kind of sidelong in those 2 spots.
Uh-huh. I just want to make sure I could park in a way that I couldn't be blocked in so I can get out.
Yeah, so you would be basically parking sideways with yourself facing out,
Cool.
which is the way he kind of designated you to do so.
Yeah.
And, you can make a... I'm trying to think of what it would be. Roll-wise, I don't know why this music's going. It's way too
And so
action-packed.
just so to make sure that the Valentino can see him, he's gonna stow his shotgun on his side,
Okay.
and put it in under his jacket as he walks into the restaurant.
Either of you can make streetwise checks, if you'd like.
But it's such a social skill, right?
Yeah.
They're going to take your eddies and then take your car.
We both get 9s.
Okay. So you're pretty oblivious to what's going on here. There's definitely some sort of racket kind of going on. You don't know what the game is, but you're pretty sure that the game is going to be played on you because you paid him what he wanted. But yeah, that said, you head on over to Madame Cousseau's, enter in, just as the bruschetta bread is being kind of placed out. Just kind of slathered in pesto and tomatoes. The tomato bits, just so you kind of have an understanding of what you're paying for, they're not real tomatoes, and the pesto's not real either. They're little, like, gelatin cubes that are tomato flavored. But that's set out for you. Tony heads into the back, and your 2 solos enter.
Bonjour. The Sultan Shaker, I mentioned to Red Eye as they kind of come in. Please, join us. Yes.
Yes. Nice to meet you, Red Eye. And would sit
You
down and
still have-
start eating.
Do you have a scar from it?
Oh, I definitely have scars all over, right? Yeah. Scar from what?
He said that, and I point to Zigzag, he said that last time there was a medic, you got hurt.
Not the first time. I'm sure it
No,
won't be the
will it
last.
be the last?
Yeah. Anyway, he starts stuffing food into his mouth, and he looks at salt. It beats kibble.
Yeah, barely, but let's try it.
Not too long after, you enter in and kind of start settling down with the food. Tony comes back out and says, "Is enough to order, or do you want to wait for anybody else?"
There's one thing we should wait for.
Door opens. Tim, go.
I'm entering the door.
All right, Dan.
Not you, Dan. I don't care about you. I'm talking about Tim.
So you didn't necessarily see me open the door. You started to hear me going outside about, all right, so we're about to head into this little place in here right there. Looks a little run down, but we'll see how it is. I don't know. I think I like my food crate better than this. But, we'll see how the food tastes. Anyway, watching this planning. I might need your help out there. Let's go. And then this guy kind of do a little dance move as he comes through the door. He has hair kind of like propped up, like side shaved, kind of like, lifted a bit and styled. It's going in rainbow patterns. He has a blue tint to his skin with tattoos over that have this rainbow effect matching his hair. And then, oh gosh, what was the other? Oh, and he's wearing big old mirror shades. jacket on, flashy pants, flashy jacket, no shirt underneath, just held up by suspenders, got some nice kicks, and a fresh dope ice right around his neck. He's like, yo, Zigzag, what's up? What you got for me?
This is the last one I was waiting for. Please, come join us. We are just about to order.
Sounds great. I go out, pick up one of the breadsticks, crack it open.
Well, it's bruschetta bread. They're like little rounds.
Oh, it has little bruschetta. Okay.
Yeah.
And it has the tomato on it. Okay, and I take a bite out of it. How does it taste?
It tastes like shit compared to like real food.
And it's really dry.
Yeah, that bread's dry as shit.
Is there a glass of wine waiting for me?
There's a bottle of wine.
I pour a glass and dip the bruschetta in the wine to soften it up and eat some more.
To be fair, I do not come for the food. I come for the service, right, Beatrice?
You hear Beatrice like come out of the back. She walks up to the register and she says, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And she goes, "Holy shit! Zigzag, are you serious? Oh my god."
Please, come.
Hold on. She goes into the back and she says, Billy! It's that asshole off of The Agent that you watch all the time. You then see like in the window to the back door, this kid kind of looking at you, going like confused that you're here, and you can see.
I was going to say, John, when she says that asshole that you're here, you're just going to hear underneath the breath I says, "Yeah, asshole. That's right."
But
Billy, what you subscribe to me? What's your name?
You see him kind of like move away from the window and kind of get away, and Beatrice says, he's nervous.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, if you want an autograph, just come see me. I got you, kid.
All right. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta kill myself here on Zoom. All right.
You see me take off the shades, to flip them around, and with that, you see that my eyes are also doing a rainbow pattern for my irises, and I look into the shades and like, all right, kids, just so you know, remember, drink your Spunky Monkey. If you need the fuel to overdrive to get you going, Spunky Monkey got you done. All right, back to our Records Future programming. Put on the shades again.
The bell for the door rings again. Tark enters in silently, sees the open seat, sits in it.
I was not sure you would be joining us today.
You guys notice that on seeing Tark, he's obviously been augmented a lot since you last saw him. If you guys know like enhancements or like cyberware a bit, he has now Technicolor hair, or was it tech hair? It like shimmers black to blonde, like jet black to blonde. It kind of circulates. He now has tattoos, like threading, like silver threading, metallic threading down his eyes. And you assume it looks like it goes down to his chest and it's down to his arms, to his fingertips. His nails are now black. Let's see what else. His eyes now look more just straight up robotic. There's actually like little ticking gears, and instead of irises, there's little ticking gears in them now. Periodically, there's like little flashing lights. He's more like, I don't know. He seems a little bit more off or odd to you guys. Like since last you saw him, he was a bit more human. He just seems different.
You still a medic?
Yeah.
Like a fashion, buddy. Where'd you get your work done? Says the guy that has similar features to you.
Yeah, he's like glowing like a goddamn rainbow unicorn over here.
You would also notice, like in the back of his neck, you would see that he probably has a neural link now, and he has an interface plug. He's got on his hand, you would see kind of like it looks like threading for maybe a smart weapon, and in the back of his neck there seems to be an interface plug now. On his arm you also see like a watch with biometrics.
Ooh, I'm already bored.
Whatever. Bunch of shit.
So,
love you.
Yeah, so you see that he's got a lot of kit and probably aren't paying too much attention to the details.
Yeah.
That said, yeah.
Hey, we've had a.
Where-
How
our
long
spot-
off have we had? Because
It's been about a week. Yeah.
would you roll my therapy? See if I
No.
get any humanity. Okay, cool. I'll just lose 1,000 eddies.
Because you would have had that surgery done. That wouldn't have taken, unless those are all clinics. Or
I think
I'm not terribly concerned about it right now. I'm trying
Okay.
to keep it
All right.
slow.
So I would do a quick we're gonna have a quick word from our sponsors, and then while my stream's playing ads, I'm just gonna go, Spotlight, how you doing? And hold out my hand to shake everyone in turn. So
I would put my hand out.
I shake it.
Just
Name-
shake it.
What was your name again?
Tark.
Tark. Nice to meet you. I turn the salt. What was it? What was your name, sir? I like the shades, by the way.
Thank you. Hey, name is Salt. Nice to meet you.
Do you shake hands?
Yep, of course.
I turn to Shaker. Spotlight, how you doing?
He would fist bump instead of shake.
That'll count.
Wait a minute. Shaker doesn't shake?
Yeah, we're going against type.
That's why they call him Shaker. It's ironic.
Uh,
I turn the red eye like, hey babe, how you doing? Spotlight. You want to get to know each other better?
Oh jeez.
I just sort of like stare at him.
Big old smile on Zigzag's face.
I'm fine. Thank you.
hold on.
All right, well,
hold on.
that's cool.
Sorry, hold on. Wait a
Did
second.
it?
So he's currently presenting a Netta. So he's broadcasting, and he's doing so from a Neuralink.
We're currently doing ads.
No, I understand, but you're
Okay.
you're currently connected via your
Yeah.
personal agent, and you're upstreaming
Oh,
that,
yeah.
in that fashion.
I'm hackable.
So do you want to just turn him off?
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask if I could do that.
Yeah, you just slip your cyber deck into your lap, and you're just kind of looking down there, looking at him with your virtuality eyes, and you can see the net architecture. It's pretty baseline, but it does look like it has, corporate defenses, but not so much that are present on this side. Go ahead and make an interface check.
Didn't you just say that you can't make skill checks against other players?
He's not making it
Like
against
that.
another player. He's making a skill check against the broadcast.
Okay, also, I forget. One second, I don't have anything for interface. I thought that I should have something in there.
One sec. Should have a
Right,
6.
I should have a 6. Okay, I was thinking that didn't seem right with a 0. 10?
You kind of play with it for a couple seconds, realize that you're not getting too deep into it, but unfortunately with that roll you're not able to break the net architecture that's present and kind of get into it. You kind of go, and then you start to realize that it's a direct connect from Segotari corporate building somewhere here in Night City, and you're like, I probably shouldn't fuck around with that.
And so I'm there, like alternating between handshake, fist bump,
And
You do, yeah, you don't get anything from Red Eye.
not even her name.
Nope.
Zigzag. Good to see you, friend. Thanks for the call.
Get a restraining order.
Of course.
You get a restraining.
Same rules as always applies. You get the details, but we got the stream before the location deal.
Got it. Shake on it.
If you prefer.
Tony,
And then I make a quick call. All right. Shoot. Name the follow later. Yeah. Okay. Just if you can, best you can, real time blur out the red one. Everyone else, they signed on. All right. Good.
There's immediately a phone call back, and it's like, she's not coming up in signal anyway, Chief.
Okay. You want to figure that out? That'd be great.
Yeah,
I can't be bothered.
right.
Let me know later.
Okay. And Tony comes back out and says, we have spaghetti, and our lasagna is about halfway cooked. for the dinner rush.
Scott meatballs.
The spaghetti has meatballs. Yeah.
Scott. Right. Yeah.
Yes, of course, Scott meatballs. He nods. It's not like we're, raising cows in the basement. But yeah,
Chicken parm.
if you want the spaghetti, I can get that out pretty quick. If you want something else, gestures to Red Eye, like a chicken parm. I can make it. It might take some. We can make it. It might take some time. But if you want, I can send out everything at once, or if you want the spaghettis first, easier on us. However you want to do it.
I'm waiting for Red Eye to say what she wants.
I said chicken parm.
Chicken parm it is. We'll bring it all out. Looks at Zigzag, nods, and you see him kind of slip out of his out of his apron another bottle of the wine and set it down. And then anybody want any waters?
If you recommend it, sure, why not? I'm here to experience.
Add a character note. Everyone would know that water is pretty expensive, but he goes back to get some. It's not going to be more expensive than the wine, but it's not cheap. But yeah, he'll come back out with bottles of water. It looks like they are, from what you can tell, they look like they're rainwater that's been recollected.
I'm not eating or drinking.
Or being reused. Perfectly fine. That said, I'll leave the table to you again.
Shaker would look at Tark and say, "Man, what happened?
What do you mean?
Did something bad happen? I mean, you are just all chromed up in a way. Just hard to."
Chrome's not bad. We got a paycheck. What'd you spend your eddies on?
I didn't.
Oh. Why?
And he like looks down at him, saying, he's like, gesture to his arm, and he's like, I already enough chrome. You have to know when enough is enough, no?
He pulls out a new heavy SMG. He kind of sets it on the table. It's a Militech Viper. It's got a smart link, an extended mag, and a shoulder strap on it.
The details are not terribly important.
Why don't you buy new guns? You don't need more kit?
I think I'm good right now.
Oh, okay. Well, cool.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I would like a nice Malorian arms like Zigzag has if I can get my hands on one.
Why did you not call me? I could have put in some words.
They're not very common. But
I know. I'm just like waving my dick around. I know.
All right, well, one of you, if you could find one, I'd appreciate it.
I shall see what I can do, but I make no promises.
If you have any spare eddies, maybe you would want to compensate that surgeon a little bit. She and I talked, and I might be able to help with some meds. If you would cover the expenses. Did patch you up quite well.
You did.
Just for cost. Like to make him something. You know, it's good to have favors with surgeons.
Yeah.
I'll send you a bill for ingredients. It'll be at cost, but I want to make her just a couple things.
Sure. And I'm good as good as can be right now. I appreciate it.
So what's the plan here, Zigzag?
Oh, sorry. I turned the spotlight. Are we back?
And we are back. All right, guys. As you can see, we got there's another person you might not be able to catch on stream, but we got Zigzag, the man with the plan. We got Shaker and Salt, they know how to shake and bake, and then we got a med over here that looks all doped up and ready to roll. Anyway, let me know what you think about them. I'd love to hear it. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and go. And I'm just holding up my mirror shades to catch like part of the reflection of my vision so they can see me as I look out at you. So it's kind of almost creating a dual screen effect. Like, what you got, Zigzag? What's the plan? What's the game?
Now, I have some information. The bit of experimental tech is going to be moving through the city. We is this is why I call you TAP. Is a type of nanosurgeon system that I think would give us a good pinch on the black market.
What kind of tech are we talking? I'm pretty proficient in cyber tech, especially that with surgical or medical.
The details have been scarce, but I know you will be able to identify it once we grab it, yes?
I feel pretty confident.
We is going to be moving through and sometime say Monday or so. And gives us a few days to put some things together. As you know, this item is how you say not on the right side of the law, so we can go as loud as you like. And I look at Shaker and I give him a little wink.
Wink back.
So we have some time to.
Who's this? I gestured to Red Eye, whom I don't know as Red Eye.
She is here to help with the.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Real quick. Zigzag, you know everyone, right?
Yep.
Okay. No problems there. Spotlight, you don't care about anyone, right?
I mean,
Okay.
as much as what my community can tell me about them so we get a better interaction.
Shaker Salt, when you first got a gig in relative recent order with Grease at the Astral Sea, sitting next to Grease, who's one of the big fixers in Haywood on the south side of the island, or south side of the city there, the person that was sitting with Grease and was like his right hand was Red Eye. She looked different then. She had virtuality goggles. It looks like she's upgraded since the last time you saw her. And Tark, you can go ahead and roll a D10.
Could I do Streetwise?
No, Streetwise isn't a roll you rolled for reputation. You can roll a D10.
Okay.
Yeah, you have no idea who she is. So your question is
What kind of tech does she have?
She is wearing black leather and she has Kuroshi eyes. Other than that, nothing special.
Okay.
Well, I also have a chip interface in the back of my neck, and
You probably have your
but
hair.
nothing like
You probably have your hair
Yeah.
kind of in a
fair
position.
point.
Yeah.
Me?
So he asked Zigzag, kind of point blank, who's she?
Oh, she is here to help with the net operation.
Fair enough. You trust her, I trust her.
She's been quite reliable in the past.
It's true.
So, the details, we do not have a specific spec yet. That is my plan over the next couple days to get more information on the inside workings, but you have several days to put together any equipment you would like. Make requests from me. I am happy to do my own searching. Just expect there is going to be, how you say, lots and lots of boom.
What kind of resistance are we facing?
It's Arasaka tech that will be moving through, and we expect there will be some defenses, both the team that is moving it as well as at the specific location. I hope to have more details within the next day or two.
Real quick note. A couple things happen once that's stated. So, first things first. Those of you who hear the word Arasaka Tech, keep in mind we're not in 2077. Arasaka has basically been pushed out of Night City after 2023. The terrorist attack on Arasaka caused a situation where Militech basically used that as a political point of leverage to get them kicked out of Night City. There is Arasaka operatives and agents that do still work in Northern California and throughout the United States, but they are technically not illegally allowed to do so. Um, so yeah, this being a piece of Arasaka tech means that's why it's illegal. And also, you would hear a sound come from your headset, Tim, the 2nd the word Arasaka is stated, or maybe about 2 seconds after the word Arasaka is said, you would understand that that is him bleeping that word on your feed.
Okay.
Shaker would ask Zigzag, do you think Militech's going to make a play at this?
If I was able to get the information, it's likely others were able to get it. We?
Militech wasn't that formidable last time, remember?
Shaker,
Well, there was that big fucking robot.
Shaker grabs his
I
son.
don't know, man. His leg.
Yeah, they sucked, bro.
You were on the mend in just a few days. Next time we get enough eddies, you can get a brand new leg.
And you do always have the other one.
I
So
know
what's
a great
our-
surgeon that can do all sorts of treatments if you need it. They hooked
Yeah,
me up
I already-
pretty good.
I already got one, thanks.
So do we have specific roles for this already? I mean, I obviously know where I fit into this, but where's everyone else? Specifically that one. And I point towards Spotlight.
I'm Flash, I'm Bang, I'm Distraction as you need it. Plus, you're not just dealing with me. When you hire me, you hire the hooligans. Ain't that right, boys? Light it up in chat. Let me see those motes.
So with him, we get the addition of one other person.
Who knows?
Ain't just
Maybe.
gonna, ain't gonna
may-
bring us down.
I
You
think
know-
Billy is at work. It's hard to watch the stream then.
Zigzag, how popular is this guy's stream? Is this real advertising or is it just loud?
You can look it up. It's public, oui? Is a Spotlight.
Yeah, you can also you can roll a d10 to see if you've heard of him, like offhandedly, for reputation.
6.
No.
How many followers does he have? I'm
You have no
looking
idea.
up my agent.
You have no idea who this dork is. When you
12-year-olds or something?
when you get on there, you would note that he has probably somewhere around 300,000. Which again, don't take that into 2020 standards in real life, because 2020 standards, that's international. You can get those followers all throughout. All the followers he has are based in Night City or Northern California, so it's slightly smaller windows for
Not bad.
that broadcasting.
It's not bad.
Yeah, there's about, I think, 20 milli in Night City, so it's not too shabby.
More work from me.
He brings the smash, he brings the grab, and he brings the reputation, no?
I could use more work.
Yeah, it's basically an
This is how you
advertisement.
get your name out, Doc. I know. This is why you think I call this man. Just so I can listen to his bullshit.
We call
You
that
know,
networking.
Tark has been completely flat, but when Zigzag says that, he's got a big smirk and he's laughing.
You hear that, hooligans? You need fix and get done. Go see Tark. He'll fix you up real good. Or at least we'll find out after this job.
Maybe
Tony,
even from personal experience.
Tony pops in, drops off some spagoot, and heads back onto the back. You can definitely every so often hear Beatrice yelling at Billy, and Billy's like crying. He's like, "I don't want to meet him. Scary." You listen here.
Like Donald Glover meeting LeVar Burton.
Uncle Zigzag brought in your favorite streamer, and you won't even go talk to him.
I turn to Spotlight. So I think that's all I have to share with the followers. If you have questions, you can always message through the stream, or I have my email. You can link to my page if you would, Spotlight. Yes?
Yeah. Tank, go throw it up in the logs. All right, everybody, remember Zigzag. If you need any fixing, he's there for you. He'll get you there one way or the other.
Are you asking him to close the stream out? Is that what you were doing?
That's exactly what I'm asking him to do, is close the stream
And
out so
remember,
we can
coming up,
discuss it.
remember, we got the throwback stream. I almost had this ready. Where we're gonna go a little retro gaming with the with the Rush Revolution. We're gonna play some Cyber Ninja Mutant Death Race. You know, I know some of you love that game. You're gonna watch me either succeed or fail. All right, take it out, hooligans. Go cause some trouble. Out.
This guy. Well, I like him.
I would like to say, I like him. Red Eye, not so.
My character hates him.
Alright. We down, Tank? Alright, got it. You good.
Thank you. So I like share where the warehouse is located. I'm sure I have it like on a data chip if anyone wants to like straight upload it, or I can pull it up on my laptop for those who don't have an uplink.
I mean, I'd probably straight upload.
I figured that's why I have it prepared for you.
I can probably straight upload too, right?
Neuralink.
Yeah.
You should be able to slot.
I got a tripwire socket and interface plugs. Yeah, I straight up.
Yeah, I think Salt has a Neuralink, so he should be able to download it.
Slot the shard.
As I load it up, the rainbow pattern on my eyes shifts how it's moving, as it's like I'm just focusing on something else right now. What do I see?
So, Zach, are you sharing them the blueprints?
Yeah, yep. It's got the blueprints as well as like a spot on Night City where it's located.
Okay. So, you would see that the specific point, as designated, would mark up. Hold on a second. Right about there on the map. Just south of Militech's main headquarters. It's right on the waterfront, and it's also south of NorCal Military Base. It's a warehouse. The warehouse in question. Pretty simple architecture. It's actually built into it's built into the lower levels underneath street level, just above water level. And I'm just going to post a picture of the blueprint.
Hey guys, why did
Such.
John roll an 8?
Yeah, and the information that you have besides the blueprint is the information that will be brought to your attention by Zach if he has it.
Sean, it's actually 4d6. Would you roll 2 more for me?
No.
Okay, love you.
So yeah, that's pretty much it, information-wise.
Oui, so as far as plan, I do have a couple friends I could call to join us. A great driver and a boom boom explosions expert. But other than that, I am open to suggestions.
What kind of wheels does the driver come with?
He's had different cars every time, but I know he handles them very well.
We got enough for all these people? So large
Between
enough.
him and Celt's vehicle, we should be set if we need.
I want to ride with you. Is that okay?
Of course. I'm happy to have your company.
You should stop smoking. It's bad for your lungs.
Then I should stop drinking and I should stop whoring, but this is the life I lead.
You can always get new lungs.
I'm gonna let my cat out. You guys keep planning.
Kind of like how we went in last time. But we have red eye now. Maybe we do a little bit more reconnaissance.
Yep.
We do have several days. Like I said, it will not be moved until Monday. So there is time to not only scope out the location, but perhaps put some boots on the ground, on the line, how you say, the net, fucking whatever you do.
Mobilize the boys.
Any way we can figure out more what this tech is used for? Just any idea in particular? It's obviously Arasaka, right? That's what you said before.
Yes, it's from what I understand, it's some sort of nano surgery system.
The shard would have all the information that you have on it, so I'll go ahead and just do a quick synopsis. It is an Arasaka nanosurgeon. It's called a biochip. The biochip in question is said to have the ability to reprogram specific cells in the muscular tissue. And it's presumed that this biochip would be utilized for either like muscular dystrophy and basically reconstructing muscle to kind of halt that process, that negative process. It could also be used to combat specific types of cancer. It could also be used to go the opposite direction and basically cause a person's muscles to atrophy without them having to wait long times for that to happen, creating vegetable-like individuals very quickly. But yeah, it's a biochip that basically rewrites muscle tissue and muscle matter.
Do you know, will there be Arasaka's men around, or is it just the chip that's around?
This I am not sure. I suspect when there's the tech, there's the men. It's a fair assumption to make, but it is just an assumption.
Regarding the why it's showing up in the warehouse, Zigzag, sorry I didn't cover that part in hindsight, apologies. But what you would know is that it's making its way from Japan to Night City. It has been sold already out of Arasaka's hands. The buyer you do not know. The reason why you know of the transaction is because you have an in with an Arasaka executive who does not operate stateside, wink, who let you know that that's the case, but wasn't able to give you the information regarding the buyer, but basically as a possible inside job to acquire the item and cause the person who bought it to kind of become brought to the forefront. So you know that the executive's playing you, but at the same time, they're probably not putting you into a big like trap situation. It's more or less just utilizing punks on the street as a ploy to get a political or executive individual to show their face.
And that's where I come in. Get it out through my community, it's gonna blow up like fire.
I love the map, Sean. Well, good job, man.
Sure. So then what? Focus on the job.
So do we have to worry about them being in transit once we start? We might have to chase something down. We can see if the hooligans come on the streets.
Ending location is the warehouse, so if we grab there, it shall be easier. I do not think that tracking the vehicle is worth it when we know where it's going. I think it's best if they could perhaps get us more information on the whatever we can find out about if there's any Arasaka techs that have shown up in town, this would help. Or if there's other word on the street of other people interested.
All right.
I personally would like to see if I could get eyes on the building. If others would like to join me.
Do we know what sort of stack is in the warehouse?
We do not. That's why I'm hoping to get a better look.
Sure, I'll roll around with you. Use a little charm. Use a little flash. See if
Are
you
there
can cozy
nearby-
my way in.
Are there nearby buildings that we could look with like long range, like scopes on guns and things like that to check it out?
Based on the location, it's built on the waterfront, and basically is kind of dropped down from street level and is set inside underneath the streets. So it's above water level, but it's kind of slotted in, like right on the waterfront.
So what you're saying is we need to get a boat. That's what I'm hearing.
A boat could work,
So-
but basically, try and think of it this way: like here's street level, right? And then like here's the level where this warehouse would be. There's going to be like descending ramps where trucks will go up onto street level and down into the warehouse section. And the presumption is that this warehouse section is kind of like set up this way so that boats can kind of dock, unload, enter into the warehouse, then trucks can come down, load up, and leave.
Kevin, I love your glasses and your hair. Just FYI.
Yeah, this is just the way I roll now.
This is my life.
Comic salt, man.
Corporate casual.
John, did you ping on the map where the...
Yeah, it's the red
Okay.
dot up on the.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you.
Perhaps our solo Salt and Jacob duo could pick up some explosives or some other equipment if that may be valuable.
Is there any way we can get Red Eye access into their infrastructure? Like, do we have to remote in, or do we have to be at the physical location for her to get into their network, or can she do it remotely? What would be best for Red Eye? Because Red Eye is really our reconnaissance, right? So if we go to the warehouse, maybe we should go with a goal in mind. Maybe
Is there
installing something into their network. Or
is there a data term on the outside of the building where maybe people
Matt?
would do for deliveries?
As a netrunner, if they're talking about your job, you're just like,
Yeah, I'm not answering. I can barely.
I
handle
know
my email.
exactly the feeling of what this is. It's every single time I watch a TV show and they have a hacker.
yeah, the double hack. Two people hacking on the same keyboard at the same time. These assholes are like, can they do like a hack? And you're just
Zoom
like,
and enhance.
yeah. And you're just being judged.
Well, that's why I asked if we know what sort of stack they have at the warehouse, so I can know how I can access it. He
is
said
there something we
doesn't
can
know.
take for you, or do you want to go with us? Maybe you would understand it a bit better. Maybe you need to come.
I'd understand it a lot better.
Okay. So Zigzag and Red Eye are definitely going.
I think it'd be another good IRL stream, or is that too much location? Zigzag.
No.
Not until the day of.
Gotcha.
We don't want someone else showing up we did not invite.
You see Tony kind of cleaning up your plates, and he looks at Spotlight and he says, "Hey, might be a good idea for you to roll the solos. Bunch of big guns might be good for the stream." And then he kind of
Hell yes!
goes, "Yeah." Like he was nervous, like in between, like you saying "hell yes" and him giving the suggestion, and then he's like, "Yeah," and then he heads back with the plates, and then he says, "Hey, Billy, I made a good suggestion. I think I'm Spotlight's friend now." You hear?
I thought his name was TikTok.
No.
That's
He
a little,
changed the name.
little too on the nose.
Shaker looks at Zigzag.
Okay.
He's not following me.
Hey man, I can go dark if I need to, and I just like do a few mental things, and the light hair goes from rainbow to jet black.
he goes super emo like in the
And it
blink of an eye.
flopped over one eye a bit.
Yeah, it just
Nice.
droops.
My Chemical Romance, right? Got it.
Yeah.
He gets eyeliner growing out around his eye.
the
His lipstick turns black.
the light tattoos change so it reads AFI on his.
The fingers on his gloves disappear.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
better than AFI, it's just Miss Murder.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. But in all serious face.
Oh no, that's what happened.
No, that's real. That's real.
It's canon now.
See, my boy may be loud, but he knows when to, how you say, work the camera.
We will see.
I'm sure that's one of two things that he knows how to work.
Shake.
Oh no.
Shaker.
Red Eye said that?
You get a.
I'm implying his hand.
You're getting a phone call, Shaker.
Okay. He would step out and take it.
Okay. It's your friend, old government buddy. Used to be in the mayor's office. Shifted from that position to be a member of the sheriff's office. And he says, "Hey, just thought I should let you know. Got a Black Megan sighting about a week ago. Just wanted to make sure you're aware."
Oh shit.
Um,
Where?
She was at a place called Blue Ecstasy about a week ago. It's on the south side, so just keep an eye out. It sounds like she's just doing work. I don't know if she's chasing you down or anything, but just a heads up.
You
I
said
was
a week
just
ago?
thinking of-
About a week ago, yeah.
I was like,
Thanks
I
for the
want to
heads
go
up.
there.
I owe you. No, you don't. I owe you.
Of course. You know how you can get it back to me. See you later. Click.
He would go back and sit down.
Slightly shaken.
Maybe.
But not stirred.
Are there any other lips on the bar or on the fucking? I'm looking.
It doesn't represent Joy Toys, you nerds.
Why not?
That's what I thought too, right?
It represents places where you can have sex with people who will take your money for it. But
Yeah, why not?
it also represents places where like there's sexual brain dance. Blue Ecstasy is a little bit more brothel than Lizzie's. But Lizzie's does have private booths and dancers, so yeah, I guess. Yeah, sure. I guess it is more Joy Toy than the game.
And Shaker, I would send you a message from my agent, kind of detailing 800 eddies for an inventory of what I would be making for her. The surgeon.
Cool.
Does that look cool for you?
Yeah, let's worry about this later. No worries. I'm good.
I mean, I gotta have something to do the next few days.
Could be doing a recon on this mission, you nerds.
I'm gonna go with them, but we're not gonna be doing recon all damn night. I don't need to sleep that much.
Wait, I got something you could do if you're looking for something to do. You know what I could really use? I could really use an upgrade on one of my cyber eyes here. I could really use a targeting scope. That would be sweet.
He's a medic, not a ripper doc.
I'm a Ripper Duck too. I can
you
do
are
some
Ripper Duck?
surgery. Yeah. He looks at you kind of. Who do you think took care of you most of the time while you were down?
I was out. Don't know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
I can cut.
Speaking of money, Zigzag, what is the payment for this job?
Do I know net worth on the nanosurgeon?
Based on estimates, you're not sure. You haven't really lined up a buyer yet. But the Arasaka exec that you know, who kind of gave you the info, said that it sold for $1 million.
I am hoping for something in the low six figure. Is that fair?
And how will that be split?
It depends on what I have not lined up the buyer. Black market deals, these take time. I was not sure if you would all be on board. Are we in agreement?
Might help make some payments.
Your mic's a little more quiet.
While we're talking about this, Shaker's tapping on his agent, and then Tark, you get a notification that 1,000 netties have been transferred your way,
I'll make sure she's taken care of.
and some for you.
Appreciate it, man. Really though,
Well,
we needed you. You really took care of things back there. I'll patch you up. You work for me, with me. I'll take care of you.
I'm a little short right now. I don't care how much it is, just so long as it's reasonable.
Tony steps in, says, anything else?
Are you all set on the food? Would you like another bottle before we leave? I'm always down for another, but it is quite early.
I'm not hungry. Thank you.
Of course, but
Was out of curiosity, was there actually a plate in front of I can't remember Dan's character's name, but was there actually a plate of like
Tark.
food in front of his
Yeah, there would have been
Oh, yeah.
there would have been a plate, but it would have been empty. It would have been the appetizer plate.
Okay, so it's not like there wasn't like a thing of spaghetti or whatnot in front of him.
Right.
Red-Eye was gonna take it and start eating it if he wasn't.
That presumes
No, I was
you.
gonna take it and ask for a doggy bag.
It's way better than kibble.
You got an input? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What y'all doing?
I'm gonna square up with what's her name, Beatrice.
Okay. She tells you, of course, you know, since you got the simple stuff, it's not going to be too much on the spaghetti. She says for the 4 plates of spaghetti, it's going to be 50 for the bottles. Sounds like 2, or is it 3?
Let's say we opened a third, but I didn't finish it.
Sounds good. That'll be another 60. Then we're looking at, for the chicken parmesan, that was 40.
Was that 50 a piece on the plates or 50
50
together?
total, yeah. Because it was already ready. And they didn't charge you for the bruschetta.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop her 200.
Nice tip, solid. She nods her head and says, "You're welcome to the space if you still need it. But if you got the parking down the way there, I would suggest making a move for it if you drove on out. Those Valentino boys can be pretty consistent on their time scales."
I will
It's been
inform
about an
my
hour.
friend.
Shaker would leave.
I would connect with Salt a bit more and ask him about this targeting optics he wants.
Yeah, Red-Eye's just going to get up, say goodbye to Zigzag, and then say to the table in general, "It was nice meeting 3 out of the 4 of you," and walk out.
Ooh,
Oh, are
burn.
you not gonna head with me over to the warehouse, Red Eye? I assumed I was
Oh,
gonna
I
get
thought
us
you
a
were,
car.
I didn't realize you were heading
You
over
and
right
I'm
away.
getting you a car to drive you over there with me right now. That's what you and I
Gotcha.
are doing.
Okay, then I'm going to get up and walk out the door, but I'll wait for you outside.
I'll cover with you too. I kind of want to stick with you, Zigzag, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Make sure I keep you healthy.
All right, hang on one second. Before Shaker leaves, because I have to go with him, you know what? I want to retcon something, because this is a new player playing a character. I just looked on my character sheet, and I have a targeting eye. So,
That's fine. If there's anything you
targeting-
want me to acquire and put in you, I got a couple connections.
Yeah, and if you already have a cyber eye and you're just,
propositioning me?
if you already have a cyber eye and you're just popping stuff into it, you can do it at a clinic. They can literally just pull your eye out, but make the adjustments and shove the eye back in.
Would anybody know how to get a hold of a what the hell am I looking for? An excellent quality assault rifle? Because I have like a standard quality, and I'm always looking to upgrade to excellent quality with like a smart gun link, all that good stuff. Anybody know where I can get that?
You have the Neuroware or the Smart Link?
If only you knew a fixer,
Yeah, I
Kevin.
do.
Too
Yeah,
bad.
man. Talk to Zigzag. He's your guy.
Wait, who's the Kevin guy you're talking about? I'm Salt, man. All right, all right, all right.
So Zigzag, we gonna need heavier artillery? Cause I ain't much good at range. I mean, I got a pistol, but I ain't great with it. I'm more the run up and get personal type.
I say, as always, pack heavy.
Well, if you want to score me something a little more heavy, then while I do my streams, I'll try and earn up that creds to get to you for it.
I perhaps this couple of days I will see if I can set up a buy for the for us all to join. We have till
Alright.
Monday for the job, so perhaps this Saturday I will see if I can put something together. Oui?
Great. And Salt, Shake, when we go on our little trip, fire up the stream and make you guys shine.
Well, I got the new threads, so I'm ready to go.
Go where? Where?
This is beyond me. Doc, allons-y. Au revoir.
Oh wait,
And
I do
the two of us head
have
out.
another question for you, Zigzag. Before you leave, would it be possible for you to get us a missile launcher in case we meet another one of those robot things?
Again,
Not-
I am going to set up a buy, perhaps on Saturday. What this buyer brings is what we will have access to. Oui?
I like the way you think.
Give me 2 days.
Shaker, can you shoot a missile launcher?
Tark and I
launcher?
are heading out.
If it's ground, no, on the ground, sure.
What if you jump in the air and then shoot it?
No, I don't think I'm strong enough for that. No.
So you gotta admit that would look pretty cool on
It
camera.
would look pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah.
You put lots of likes on that, probably. As you jump, you could say, "I'm too old for this shit."
Let's
Come
go,
on,
Salt.
Joker, man.
I'll drop you off at home.
Hey Salt, Shaker, you guys want to exchange info so we can keep in touch?
Good move.
Maybe next time.
Wait, you can have my info.
Alright, I exchange info with Salt.
Okay, Dieter switched.
As I'm walking out, I would hear that too, and I would share my contact information with you on my burner phone.
Alright. Sounds
Smart,
good,
smart.
Tark. I'll make sure to send you lots of business as I can.
You never know what kind of business you're gonna get.
All right, Shaker, let's go, man.
Okay, what are you two heading off to do, and who's going with you?
Oh, I think it's just Salt and Shaker, and I would
You know,
drop
take a spotlight.
No, because we don't have a place to go.
Okay.
What was the plan? There was
I
no
don't know.
plan.
What is the plan? You're the ones that are formulating the plan.
Oh, and I have a personal plan.
And I'll be real with everyone because you're doing a terrible job of planning.
Well, Shaker, we could do some reconnaissance on the building, but maybe we could do that on our own. Maybe, I don't know.
So Red Eye and Zigzag and
And
Tark are going to go and drive by the area and check it out. Is that right?
I'm going to call a car, and once we get in the car, I'd like to ask Red Eye whether she'd like to do it either a drive-by, or if she wants me to see if I can get us a boat and we can roll up closer.
Are you calling someone you know with a car, or are you calling a taxi?
How secure are taxis in
Unless
the
you're paying
city?
a shit ton of money, not very.
Can I call Lucky?
Yeah,
Lucky.
you sure can. You call, you hear on the other side, hey,
You got some time to do me a quick favor?
it's got to be quick. I'm heading up to the north side. I'm currently in Pacifica. Where are you at?
I'm at Madame Cousseau's.
Is that Italian restaurant right there on the waterfront?
It's the place we always go, yes.
Yeah, that one. Well, you like it. All right, I'll be there in a bit.
Oui, oui. Merci.
All right. Eventually, if you're kind of sitting there waiting, you see.
Also, just to answer your question from in terms of drive-by or boat, Red Eye will basically say, you can drive by it first. I'll let you know if I need more.
You see a red, kind of almost station wagon type car, basically hatchback, 4-door, kind of pull up. Guy inside's wearing a backwards baseball cap and a Hawaiian shirt. Looks over at Zigzag and kind of goes,
Yeah, I hop in the front seat.
I'd open Zigzag's door.
"Oh, you got a chauffeur." Lucky says,
Who's this guy?
"I'm Lucky. Who are you?"
I'm Tark.
Cool.
Talk, you ask about the driver? Meet
Cool.
my friend Lucky.
He says,
Pleasure to meet you, Lucky.
"Cool handle." The doors in the back you enter in, and Lucky looks back and says, "Hey, Red Eye."
Hey,
And
long time.
yeah, staying sane.
No.
Me neither, man. Me neither. Driving off. He heads across the kind of past the afterlife, moving around, Night City up across the waterway there, and starts kind of heading in that direction. He sees that the kind of drives down have security checkpoints with kind of like the raising like arms, and he kind of looks at it and says, "Do you want me to try and go in, or you just driving past?" And you wouldn't be able to see the warehouse; they're kind of down from where you're at, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna turn to Red Eye. How close you need to be?
Just out of curiosity, John, I know how the eyes basically work, but is there like a distance requirement in terms of
8 meters.
8 meters? Probably going to need to be a little bit closer.
See if we can move us through the checkpoint, please.
Okay. He spirals the car in, kind of like pulls into the queue. One car in front of you. It looks like a nice, a sleek sedan. The arm goes up for it, allows that person in. Lucky pulls up. Security guard kind of looks at you. You would note that the security guard is a woman. Looks like she's got insignia for a corporation called Danger Girl, which is a private security and private military corporation based out of Night City. And she looks at you and says, "You're not a regular. Do you got your card?" Lucky kind of looks over his shoulder back at Zigzag, and then kind of waits.
Oh, sorry. I'm here to meet. I was hoping. My cousin says he works here. Is this visitor parking we could get close to, or?
Sorry, no, not for the warehouses. Sorry. Actually, what you'd want to do is, if you're going to be checking out any of the warehouses, you need to go and park in the corporation that owns it. So if you want to visit Militech warehouses, which are the more northern warehouses, you'd go park at Militech, and she kind of points down the way. If you want to check out the Biotechnica ones, I'm sorry, they don't really have any parking on site. They do have an AV landing port, but nothing kind of looking at your car that you'd be allowed into. She kind of shrugs. And if it's any of the smaller corporations, then you'll just have to find their building and park at them.
I see. I'm sorry, I did not get your name.
I didn't give it.
Oh, sorry, I'm Zigzag, and you are?
I'm not going to give
Aside
you my name.
from
Sorry.
you don't know.
Yeah.
C'est bon.
For,
C'est bon.
formalities. I do have to turn you around though. So yeah, if you'd please move. I'll go ahead and make sure that the oncoming traffic doesn't come up behind you. And she steps out of the booth, and you can see that kind of slung to her shoulder the whole time while you were talking is Malorian Arms Jungle Reaper, which is a massive rifle. If you're familiar with Aliens, the movie Aliens, it's basically the pulse rifle from those. She kind of comes out and around, and she kind of steps out into traffic, kind of raising her hand, and you can see that she has light tattoos that kind of start glowing, and she kind of raises them up so that traffic starts to slow down, and then she starts to gesture with her other hand towards you to back out. And Lucky looks at you, waiting for a cue, but if he gets none, he's going to start.
Yeah, I'm telling him to swing it around. It's not
Yeah.
worth drawing much attention. She'll forget us by tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, he heads north, pops to the right, kind of moves past the Militech building, circles back around the block there, and then kind of descends back down to the waterfront. He finds a nice little area where they have parking. It's metered parking, and he slides into a parking spot just as some person was trying to get the parking. He literally just kind of gets it super fast before they can get into the parking space. You can hear that blowhard yelling out of his vehicle and giving, gestures, and Lucky doesn't even care and looks at you and says, well, this should be pretty close, walking distance-wise. You're basically right around here, just near that fridge there. And he says, I can wait here for a little while, but there's also a rail link up not too far from here, if you're cool with me just leaving, because I still got stuff to do.
No, but this Monday, could you keep the day available for me?
He pulls out his agent, starts flipping on it. Monday. That's the what? 20... Yeah, that's fine. Is it paying? He says as he puts it in his pocket.
As it ever not?
Well, this time it wasn't. He says...
Yeah. It will be longer job.
No big deal. This one was on the way. And if he pop out of his vehicle, he drives off, heading north.
Of course. Kiss, kiss, goodbye, goodbye.
So during the drive, I would be asking, you said you have a demo man?
If you would like, it lowers the payout, but
What do you know of him? Like, what should we be looking for? Like, things that might be, we could utilize him for, right?
I can
You get a text as you're kind of pulling out your phone to start checking that information. It's from Lucky. He says, yeah, if it's a gig on this side of town, my percentage is going to be 10.
I just send him back a smiley face thumbs up.
Cool.
I mean, the payouts sounds pretty decent for me. I mean, it sounds like, Eddie's, there's many Eddies. You might not want to skimp out, right?
No. No,
So, what do you know about this demo guy?
he's always been, he's, a bit, what's the word, eccentric, but, very professional. Gets the job done every time.
Okay.
Primarily, he does security systems as well as demos.
How are you with security systems? He gestures to Red Eye.
Good.
So really just explosives then. Let's keep that in the back of our minds, guys. And Gal smiles and winks.
Once we get to
Completely flat. There's like
what-
no charm whatsoever.
Once we get better idea of what we are facing, I shall perhaps give him a call as well.
Dan, you didn't need to explain that. That's exactly how you delivered it, dude.
Right.
That's it.
He's uncharismatic. He's
Uh,
got like no humanity.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it there. So
Tired, man. You
Red
have no
Eye-
idea the kind of day I worked.
yeah,
It was
that's I'm sure.
awful.
As they're talking, you can kind of see that there appears to be kind of like a waterfront kind of restaurant near where the warehouses are. You don't know if you could get a vantage point on the warehouse from the basically balcony seating, or what would it be like patio seating is what I mean to say. It's both, but you don't know if you'd be able to get a view on it from there or not. you'd have to be able to kind of get out there and be able to see it. But you have to go through the restaurant to get to the waterfront side.
Yeah, I just start doing that and walk through the restaurant.
Okay. You walk in. It's a pretty upscale place. The host is wearing kind of like a white shirt and black vest. Bow tie, and he's a larger gentleman. Kind of looks at you and says, "Hello, ma'am. Is there a reservation that you currently have?"
My friend's on the patio. I'll be going there. And I just start trying to walk past.
He moves to intercept you. You can go ahead and make an evasion roll to see if you can bypass his attempt to grab you.
Is that on? Sorry, just trying to figure out. Is that a skill or is that just one of them?
It is a skill. It's also a
I see it.
under combat.
Yep. 16.
Hold on.
Yep.
All right. So he reaches out and tries to grab a hold of you and catch a hold of your extremity. You manage to kind of slip past him and speed up, but you can notice that he's using kind of like a technique as he goes for it. You kind of move past him and head back out onto this the patio. Looking around, go ahead and make a perception check, and that'll be a successful evasion roll. So real quick, just to keep tracking, some of you have made some rolls. We'll need to backtrack. If you make a success, and I say you succeeded, then you're going to put on your IP log on the front page that you're going to hit add, put the name of the skill that you succeeded with, and then put a 1 in the box next to it. If you critically succeed with it, you're going to get 3 points for it. So, if that makes sense.
Did we go back for the previous session?
All the ones,
that, or?
no, not the previous session, just this session.
Okay, cool.
All right. 16 for the perception.
Yeah, you would be well aware that you can see the warehouse in question because you can see all of the warehouses on that line from this position. And as you kind of make it over there and kind of see that you're kind of backed against a post, your options are jump off into the water, or this gentleman is going to be grabbing you by the arm and taking you outside.
Well, I always did like swimming.
Or you could do something else. You could try and sit with somebody and pretend like you know them.
Use the sexual wiles. Do it.
She's not.
Have you met my character?
Obviously not.
Try it.
So wait, who's the person? Like, is there someone sitting at a table close?
Yeah, there are 3 gentlemen who are kind of sitting at a table not too far from you. They've been looking at you the whole time that you kind of moved up on them. With that perception check, you would note that. It does look like there is one open seat at their table, and it does seem that they are execs, kind of corpo types. Based on their attire, they probably work in an office building or a corporation building not too far from here.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to walk towards their table and make sure that when I jump over the edge into the water, I spill some of their stuff onto them.
So you jump on their table and jump off of their table?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you jump right off and straight down. The fall's not terribly far, but I know that you're going to need to make an athletics check. As you hit water. No.
That's an 11?
Yeah, everything should be fine. Yeah, you hit water pretty hard. You'll take 3 points of damage because you didn't, like, dive in. You kind of...
I imagine I did a semi-pencil dive forward.
Yeah. There was definitely a bit of a clap of, leather on water. As you hit the water, you do realize that your cyber deck is not waterproof. Yeah, you start swimming just fine and make it to shore. Go ahead and make me a basic tech roll.
18.
All right, go ahead and count that one as a critical success for 3. You immediately walk away from there and head over to not too far from there. It looks like there is like a CVS kind of like store, but not a CVS. So it'd be a wall VS. So what I'm gonna call a WVS. Because you just take 2 companies and you just merge them together, and that's a new company. So you enter into there, you look around, you find a bag of rice, you buy it for 5 eddies, and you just shove your cyber deck into the bag, and then put that back into its leather like satchel.
Cool.
Should be good in an hour or so.
Can I check out the warehouse then?
Well, you would definitely not from the water, no.
Or like, okay, well, what could I tell of the warehouse? Like, could I get anything off of it before I?
So you would
But
note
beyond that,
like you would
I
note
could see it.
that position wise, if you look at the blueprint there, that main big door in the bottom like right corner of the blueprint is facing the waterfront. It looks like there's the massive kind of vehicle entrance door, and then a smaller door to the side of that, a couple of windows, and markings. Based on the address that was given, and that perception was pretty high, so you would have noted that there doesn't appear that there's any corporation logo present on that warehouse. It is one of 2 out of 8. No, sorry, 2 out of 12 rather. That does not have a corporate logo. It looks like the 4 northern ones are Militech. There's 3 Biotechnica kind of spotted throughout. There's a smaller firm whose name I can't remember the name of. And then there are 2 that are... Oh, God. Zetatech. But yeah, there's 2 that are non-marked.
Okay, and was there any, like, I'm trying to think, did I notice anything, like, unusual about, like, more security cameras or guards around it or anything like that?
It looks like there's a security office in the front, but that's all you were able to tell from that quick jump into the water. So this, if you look at the blueprint, you'll notice that there's a little box next to the door that's kind of isolated on its own. That's the security office.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was a pretty quick rush and dive. You would have noted that you definitely sent probably very expensive wine flying all over the place. Yeah.
I mean, that works.
All right. You head back up. When she catches back up with you two, you're kind of still sitting there talking about the demo guy. Do you call him while she goes and makes a rush to the restaurant?
No, I want her to report back on whether she thinks we need him or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to point out that when I come back, like, I haven't dried off at all except for whatever, like, I've done just by being in the air, basically. So I'm probably still dripping a little bit.
Black leather.
Well, what are you wearing? Leather? Yeah, it's not. Won't be that bad, right? It's like a wetsuit.
Not at all.
Yeah. Sounds like a man who's never gotten leather pants wet.
Fuck no. Have you?
Of course.
Damn.
So yeah, there's definitely bunching that's happening.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Did you enjoy your swim?
I enjoyed what happened right before it.
I believe that. Did you find anything out?
Well, it doesn't seem like there's any special security from what I could tell out in front, or anything special about it in general or at all. We could have a demo person. I'm not entirely sure it's completely necessary. It would be entertaining. But,
More entertaining than watching Salt try and use a rocket launcher?
probably not that entertaining.
Oui. So, I say we shall be fan.
Do you want to have set the others on a task to go and acquire things like a rocket launcher?
No. My plan is to. Don't I have like an operator ability that I can try and set up like a black market deal?
Yeah, for sure. And I was going to say, you also know Anika as a contact and can just contact her. You know she runs guns.
Yeah, that's my plan is to like set up a buy to have like a dude bring a bunch of different explosives or like
Gear to see what you can.
gear on Saturday and like they can all meet at Anika's office with the buyer and decide what they do or don't want then.
Why wait till Saturday? You can do it tomorrow, Friday.
We can do it tomorrow then. I thought I didn't know how long it would take. But yeah,
No, yeah. If you call
I'll set it
Anika,
up. I'll set it up for tomorrow then.
if you call Anika, she says, "Yeah, Friday night special." She nods. Roll credits. Uh, that's absolutely something we can do. No problem.
Ah, he said it.
He said the name of the game. But yeah, if Shaker and Salt and Spotlight, my favorite character, aren't doing anything like right now, like was there anything that they wanted to be doing, either together or individually?
So Shaker would want to ask Spotlight if he could have any way to monitor streams that would, for mention of Arasaka. Is there any way to do that? Like with your contacts or something?
So, we're retconning you walking off, not wanting anything to do with me.
Well, don't take it personally, but you remind Shaker way too much of Mickey. So
Well,
not
to
a
be
big-
fair,
He's not
you're
doped
probably
out.
very easy to get a hold of.
Spotlight
being
is-
a public persona.
Spotlight is not old or washed out, sir.
you don't
Yeah,
don't
he's
tell
young and
Shaker who
washed out.
reminds who of who.
Fair enough.
No, he's young and sold out.
In
That's
any
the one.
case, so if they're walking out of the restaurant, that's what he would say. Is there any way to monitor your streams to see if there's any mention of Arasaka?
Send your followers stream stipend.
Exactly. Well, the problem is that word's censored, so I can have them just sort of fan out and, do some raids and some streams and, see if they hear any censoring going on. But otherwise, it's checking the boots on the ground too, checking the line, and yeah, I can, maybe try and create some kind of contest, get some kind of FaceTime with me or something as a reward. If, whoever can get the best stuff, and yeah, I can throw some stuff out there.
There you go.
So
Okay, doesn't really result in much feedback early on.
but I told Tank, like, throw it out on the twit book, or whatever it'd be called, and then kind of like a thing, like basically, go scour the streams, hit the ground, and scour the lines, and if you hear any anything censoring, anything that sounds like foreign tech coming up, let me know, and we'll make a little contest out of this. And I tell him just to figure out the details. I don't want to be bothered. And just to let me know what I'm committing myself to, so I know how to play it up on the stream better next ice go live. I
Would,
really rely on Tank for a lot.
would Shaker and I have any knowledge based on maybe like other solos that we know, or anything about like going up against an Asaka, like any of the like what type of guards they would have and all that stuff?
So yeah, Arasaka private security is pretty legendary. Yeah, it's the stuff of fables. It's known that they have great, legends such as Adam Smasher in their employ. And back in 2013, there was Akira, who was a badass super goon who worked for Arasaka before he was killed by Johnny Silverhand. These are like legendary names. Arasaka hasn't been around notably in Night City for the better part of 2 decades. So most of it's just myth. It's like legendary shit. It's well known that they are more formidable in close quarters combat than outside of it.
What gangs have territories in the area where the building is that we're going to be hitting?
None.
None.
Yeah, there's no gangs over there.
Is that because
It's because it's Corpo.
Yeah, Corpo.
Starting to sound super dangerous, Shaker.
Yep.
If we can get that missile launcher. I can't actually use a missile launcher. I don't have the skill. Hopefully you do.
Why do we need a missile launcher? Just out of character.
Why do we
just
not need a missile
This is
launcher?
a tangent, right? We're just kind of going on
Because
a tangent.
we fought some big turret thing that you couldn't blow up easily. But
May not
missile
be
launcher.
there.
Maybe it is.
This is the type of shit that solos spend their money on. They don't buy as much like cyber stuff as you have. They would buy missile launchers.
Did we just lose Zach?
No second.
Sorry, my computer bugged out.
Oh, bummer.
I'm coming right back.
Yeah. Well, I have a grenade launcher. I think that's probably the best that we're going to be able to do for now.
Maybe think about different grenades. Like, are there EMP grenades? Because I don't know if EMP grenades would have done much against that, but it was a mechanical, right?
There are EMP grenades, so they wouldn't be bad. Or smoke grenades, so we could run away at least.
I mean, I had a lot of time thinking about it while I was healing up, and if I was smart enough to go for the tripod, it would have probably helped us out a lot.
So, I would ask Zigzag and Red Eye if a boat would be ideal, or do we have enough information, do you guys think? You guys feel comfortable with that?
Red Eye got better eyes on it. So what do you think? Do you want to go in and out on a boat?
We could go and do it tomorrow, too. I mean, this would just be day one.
So
Right.
it's about a 40-foot drop from the water to the level where you'd want to be at. So
Okay.
I was just mentioning that to Matt.
Gotcha.
What kind of delivery vans are that go in and out? Can we steal a delivery van or commandeer something?
That might be risky.
The whole thing is risky.
I like it though.
What about a drone?
True.
I mean, they obviously they have to watch the airspace, right? Around the.
There's AVs flying overhead.
Can we get a drone?
I mean, you
Can we
def-
remote access in from a drone? I asked Red Eye.
You could try that, but drones aren't. Real quick, drones aren't Netrunners 4As.
Yeah.
Okay. Who would that be, Techies?
Yeah.
The best fucking
Hey.
They're really good. I like Techies.
They're pretty cool.
I don't know. I think that what we really need here, guys, is just Corpo.
Yeah.
We don't have one.
Make John feel better.
Corpo best class.
We
Let's
we
go on guns
observe-
blazing, guys. Fuck it.
Be great for the stream.
Red Eye was going to say, like, a boat could be useful, but it'll be still hard for me to get all the info that I need until I can get close. So
how do we get?
might
So
just
we're
be a spur of the moment thing.
getting in is gonna be a bitch because we're already gonna have security and we're gonna flag security. We're gonna hit them in the middle of the night, right? What do they look like at night? Maybe we should keep like surveilling them. See what it looks like at night.
Cool.
Okay, because we're not gonna hit them in the middle of the day when all these, people are coming in and out. Unless, Night City never sleeps. So, let's really. I'm in it for the long haul. Let's go back around.
So if you want
Let's
to
do a stakeout.
if you want to do some scouting in the area around,
And
there's-
I'll send. I'm gonna text Shaker. Say I need him, or Salt. Might need somebody to sneak in tonight. I'm gonna give him the coordinates to the warehouse where we're at in the car.
Sure. And I'm sure the Netrunner is loving that you're broadcasting all this information through the lines. That's
Yep.
great. But the things that you'll note is that the only viewpoint that you've been able to muster so far is this fancy restaurant kind of near the line of the warehouses. There does appear to be a really fancy hotel kind of north of there.
Maybe we can make a reservation.
When you drove past it, you would have noted that it's called Konpeki Plaza. When you slapped around, you would have noted that way off in the water line there, you can see what's known as Moro Rock. It does look like even though this picture doesn't show it, a bunch of technological devices and structures on it. Everyone would know that that is the mass driver for orbital air, basically how they launch shit into space. So that's on that island there. They are currently in the process of filling and creating a new island for more of their air and spaceport.
Who is the they? Arasaka?
Orbital air.
Orbital air. Okay.
Yep. And for sure, that is all the info that you would have sightline wise regarding the neck of the woods you are in.
So
Try and get sorry.
Okay, I just have a couple of ideas I want to throw out there. One is if Red Eye could somehow find information about the trucking company, so we can sort of gain access that way. A second idea is if anyone has any contacts with like Arasaka people who might be on the down and out, former employees, or people who might owe money or something like that, that might be potential ways in.
So is it Arasaka that has this tech, or is it Militech? Just because it's Arasaka tech doesn't mean
neither of them.
Right.
So Arasaka sold to an unknown buyer. The unknown buyer is receiving the item at this warehouse. It arrives on Monday.
And there's no corporation insignias anywhere on the warehouse that we're trying to hit.
On that specific warehouse, no. There are a total of 12 warehouses on that waterfront portion. The northernmost 4 are Militech. There are 3 Biotechnica. There are 2 that are nameless. There is 1 for a smaller firm whose name I've already forgotten. And there were 2 for... I also forgot them as well. Let me find my notes.
Do the hotel or the restaurant have a clear view of the road going into the warehouse?
From the restaurant, she was able to see the entirety of the structure, from the booth that you got stopped at, down the loop, all the way up to the other exit side. So basically, if you come down, it's one-way traffic in, and it's one-way traffic out. There's the one-way in and the one-way out.
What about the hotel?
You don't know. You've never been there before.
I think we should try and get a reservation at the restaurant.
Or something, yeah, so we could just sort of scope things out.
Might be hard for Red Eye to join us.
I was thinking that too. I mean, do you wear anything else other than Edge Runner chic?
You can wear other things.
I love it.
I mean, if you need someone to go to get a room somewhat high up to get a vantage point, I can probably get myself in there.
Hold on, sorry. I'm going to actually retcon myself. Go ahead and get your 5 eddies back, because I just realized that you're in a suit that's made for, like, net dives. Like, your cyber deck would not be in a section where it'd not be waterproof. You'd be putting yourself in fucking ice baths. You're fine. Apologies.
That's okay. To be fair, John, I never took the 5 out anyway. Mostly because I don't have 5.
I stole a bag of rice. No worries.
We don't want to get a vantage point at the warehouse. There's no taller buildings or anything. Like
there's no taller buildings that will allow you to see down.
I'm more interested in like the entrance into the warehouse, like seeing like how are people getting in, getting out. It's only that one entrance.
Right. So
guys, what we need to do is get a houseboat.
It appears to be the only entrance in is at that security booth with the arm raiser that goes into the loop around the road in front of the warehouses. Let me explain it one more time. So it's like the street level, right?
Fabricate an ID, maybe.
And then a descent down onto another street that runs parallel with the street above. All of the warehouse buildings are underneath the street, so that if you were to go into them, you'd be going underneath the main street. And
Well,
then
down.
that road that I was talking about leads out and off of a 40-foot drop into Morro Bay.
Do we rappel down from the upper street?
So if you go out and kind of check that area, you've got the security booth, right? And then you've got chain fence, high voltage symboling on it that runs the length, all the way across the length, and down the sides. So when Red Eye saw it, she wouldn't have seen any markings on that side or any chain link fences over there. She would have just seen straight off into it. So it seems like the chain link fence kind of blocks against what you were just suggesting, and also from side egress.
And there's no terminal, maybe, for maintaining the electrical circuitry, is there?
Not that you're seeing.
Okay. Can I maybe walk down, or maybe try and visualize the fence a bit more, or...
Yeah, perfectly fine. As you're kind of looking around and continuing that process, Red Eye, what are you doing?
I don't know. I might just be chilling for right now, waiting for. Like, I'm. Part of the thing is, like, part of me wants to try to figure out what's going on in terms of the
So-
network at the warehouse, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that until I'm close.
Right. So you're just kind of generally kind of
Yeah.
standing around looking around, right?
Yeah.
Zigzag, what about you? Zach?
I have a question about the world. How easy would it be for us to like hijack a delivery vehicle? Are all of those things like well tracked? Like if like I were to send a message to Shaker and Salt saying like any way you guys could get your hands on a delivery truck,
They can
Yeah.
try.
I really like that idea. A lot.
right?
That's
right?
a really good idea.
They can
Right.
try. But what corporation, what kind of delivery truck are we talking about?
Let's scope it.
And that's another question I have. So, is it possible to rent any spaces in any of these warehouses for like?
They appear to all be full up, but if you want to take the name of the corporation from the security checkpoint there, you walk over to her and say, do you want to do that? Do you want to give that a shot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
You,
I want to get more information on that.
you walk over to her. She steps out of her booth and kind of approaches you and says, hello. Can I help you with something? Or are you lost? Need directions?
No, these buildings they all have the names of the corporations, but this one here is
Well, You can't see that because it's down
Oh,
there, and you
sorry.
saying that she would know that you're weird because you can't. So remember,
no, sorry.
let me hold on. I need to draw you a visual
Okay.
because I don't think you guys are getting it. Hold on.
I mean, I think I have an idea of what's going on.
Oh, I think so too. But
It's recessed, yeah.
correct. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna draw a three-dimensional image using this and
MS Paint.
effectively. All right, and you get to watch me do it.
Woo!
Okay, so if I was looking straight on at it from the water line, okay, this is this is what it would look like.
Those are the warehouses, correct?
Yes. Okay, so that's me looking straight at it, right? And then up here, that's chain link fence with this the shocking. Okay.
I don't see any up here.
Uh,
Only see red.
That's weird. Okay, there it goes.
Yep.
Okay, so there's a road that does one of these. I'm going to do freehand.
Down is the chain link fence. Or
60 feet down to there, and then 40 feet down from the. Hold on. So yeah, that's a really very crude drawing. Trying to give it like three-dimensionality, but yeah. So it would be 60 feet from the chain link fence, the top of the chain link fence down to ground level. So the chain link fence is 10 feet high. So you've got a 50-foot drop if you were on the opposite side of the chain link fence somehow, magically. Like cut through it or what have you. And then once you're descended 50 feet down, it's about 40 feet out to the edge, and then the edge drops down another 40 feet to the water line. The street comes down a ramp and then up a ramp and basically creates this small little recess, this pocketed redoubt of warehouses set into the concrete of Night City. And then that chain link fence on the opposite side of it, further in towards the page, is the street that you were driving on to start with.
Security gate.
Well, security gates actually, no. Security gate would be here, and then you'd have to pass the security gate to get on this street. This is not the main street. This is the road you'd go on if you were going down to the warehouses.
Yeah, this is like a private road that leads to the warehouses, right?
Okay.
Correct. If you're on the main road, you're kind of doing one of these. This is the way you're going. And so you would come around, and then you'd pull in, and then she'd let you in or not, and then you'd go through, you'd go to your warehouse, do your shit, pull back out, and then go. And if you were a truck, you'd come in, you'd go into one of the big doors. There's some parking space outside of the warehouses. It's presumed that there's probably parking space inside of the warehouses.
Right. Also, John, actually, can I retcon what I was doing instead of just standing around?
Sure.
Potentially. I'm imagining being a net runner, there would probably be like the equivalent of like a dark web boards or something that I would know how to get access to that other net runners also like will post info to or whatnot, right?
Sure. Yeah, there are secret sites and stuff on the main web, and most of it's broken down though into kind of like smaller sections. So Night City has its own, so you're not going to get information outside of Night City, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not planning on getting it outside of Night City. I just want to see if there's anyone else with info who may have sold or supplied the warehouses or installed security in the warehouses or something. You know, like just see if I can actually dig up what little info I can scrounge on what might be there.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and baseline that. You would note that basically it's being handled through some sort of corporation. And yeah, we're going to cover that here. Zach, you said you walked up and were talking to her before we interrupted.
Right before I walk up, I want to ask Red Eye, can you get any access through the security booth? I'm assuming we could get pretty close to the security booth, right?
Sure.
Can you get within 8 meters of the security booth and access a net code from there?
The net architecture? Yeah, if there's a net architecture in the booth, sure.
Yeah, the question is necessary the architecture linked or is it a separate one? But yeah.
But you don't know that until you check it. So why don't you try and check that while I go have a conversation with the woman in the booth?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So
So restarting my conversation now that I kind of understand a little bit better.
all right. Are you trying to do so conspicuously or inconspicuously, Red Eye, or are you just standing there and just doing it?
I'm going to try to be somewhat inconspicuous.
Make a stealth check.
And at the same time he's doing this is when I'm walking up to the security booth. So hopefully she's coming out too.
Yeah, she comes up and she approaches you just like I said. Doesn't seem to be taking into an account. Go ahead and note that as a success, Matt. Walks over to Zigzag and says, Can I help you with anything? Do you need directions? Are you lost?
Oui. It's not directions. I cannot seem to get a hold of my cousin who I said we were meeting. I'm sorry. He said that he worked for the corporations here, but
Oh, I remember you from earlier. You were in the back of the vehicle.
yes,
Um,
yes.
okay. Very strange.
I'm happy to go check the corporate office, but I cannot remember. He said he worked for. It wasn't the big ones, not Militech, but
What I can do is I can go ahead and forward you to my head office, Danger Girl Corporation. Phone number should be easily tracked on the web. Just Google it. Go ahead and contact corporate office. They will assist you in the best possible way they can. I suggest having 3 forms of identification ready and on hand so that you can identify yourself as who you say you are. That shouldn't be a problem. Lots of people lose their badges, lose their their cards all the time. No big deal. But I can't really help you besides. I hope everything works out for you.
thank you. You've been more than helpful.
She nods and she walks away.
Okay, so I will try to call the corporate office then.
Okay. Danger Girl Corporate. How can I help you? This is Melissa.
Bonjour. My name is I have to give a real name, right? I can't.
Rodney Dangerfield.
My name is Jacques Milieu. I'm trying to get a hold of a friend I met a few nights ago. He told me that he works in this warehouse district up on the upper side. I'm here now, and I do not need to get any. I just the name of the corporation so I can contact their corporate office.
Okay. Can you give me the address of the location, please?
Absolutely. And I give her the address for the warehouses.
Okay, great. So when you set up an account with Danger Girl, you would have been given a PIN number. It's 4 digits. Do you remember your PIN?
We?
Okay. I'm ready. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Is 6-3 is 6398?
Roll a D100.
Oh baby, that ain't gonna work.
I'm sorry, that's
Probably
not
not.
that's not bringing up anything for the warehouses at the location you had mentioned. It may be the case that you've forgotten your PIN. I do have the information brought up for that account though. The 2 accounts that it might be. If you're willing, if you could go ahead and present your NorCal social security number and your NorCal Night City identification number, please.
Do I have fake ones?
None
As
that
a
you
fixer?
think will work here.
Okay. I don't know much about the world. Is there any harm in me sending my real information here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like real life.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
here's my social security number.
I met someone who was at the at this bar. I do not think it is worth this much trouble.
Oh. Okay, well, no problem. Is there anything else I can do to help you?
No, you've been very kind. I think you know how these things go. Sometimes they give you real information. Sometimes they give you the information they want to tell you.
Yeah, right, sure. Thank you for calling Danger Girl, and you have a great rest of your day. This was
You as well.
Melissa, and you hear the phone kind of click off on her side, and before you kind of move it to go away, it's like, hello, valued customer. Would you like to take a survey to evaluate the performance of the representative you spoke with?
We?
On a scale of 1 to 5, how were you how were you helped? 1 being low and inappropriately, and 5 being excellent, perfect service.
2.
You selected 2. Is this correct?
Oui.
Thank you. Please expect a call from Danger Girl. Human Resources. Click. Alright.
I go back to them. Is too much fucking work.
What were you doing again, Red Eye? Oh,
I
hacking.
was trying to
Interface.
hack into the booth.
Roll interface.
All right, I'll do it.
Remember, you have luck that you could use.
That's a really bad number.
You gotta spend luck before you roll. Okay, so 7 minus 7 is 0. Okay, you are kind of sitting there. The conversation with Zigzag kind of goes off. He kind of picks up his phone, starts kind of moving towards it. You then see a red light start blaring inside of the security booth. The woman comes out of the security booth and starts moving. What would you like to do in response to that, Red Eye?
I'm just going to. Okay? Out of curiosity, does it seem like she's walking towards me?
No, it looks like she's looking out to coming out and looking like she's moving towards Zigzag, who's on an agent. But there does look like there are other people kind of moving about, but like they're mostly just walking with purpose to places.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of casually walk. Like act casual.
Okay, go ahead and make a. I think it is deception. I think deception's one.
Jump in the water.
Jump in the water.
Super casually dive into the water. Nothing suspicious about that.
I don't see deception on here.
Hold on, let me see.
Is it a social skill?
I'm seeing if I can.
I would say no. This wouldn't be. Yeah, go ahead and make a. You're not really stealthing. Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay,
Wouldn't it
that's
be
a large number.
Acting?
So your critical success, you'll add 3 in it. Yeah, you just kind of blend into the crowd. Zigzag, you don't even notice she's gone. And out comes the security person as the red lights kind of blaring, with the Jungle Reaper up and pointing at you. And she says, "Sir, down on the ground now!"
Oh, fuck!
It's so loud.
Alright, as you kind of face plant and kind of saddle down, you see her pull out what appears to be kind of like a virtuality goggle, but it's only like a monocle, and she kind of slots that over her eye and kind of straps it onto her head and kind of holds it there, and she says, "You linked in?" Okay.
I was on the phone. It was just a phone call.
Okay, great. Hold it there, sir. I'm not talking to you. And she's kind of like staring at you with this weird goggle for a few minutes. You sure? Okay. Must have been someone in the crowd. I missed them. Do we see any signs? Nothing? Fuck. Okay. Well, we're going to need a full detail down. Full scrub. Send down the van. Alright. Sorry, sir. Go ahead and get up. Go ahead and make your way. NCPD has not been alerted. Neither has Militech security forces. You can be out and about your way. Seems that someone outside in the crowd was attempting to make a advancement on our electronic security, since you were physically trying to...
What, the only foreign guy in the area you pointed at me?
She kind of raises the gun up and says, "I could be cordial, or I could be very informal."
It's fine. You, I shall be speaking with HR later.
Great. She starts heading back to her booth, and you hear her kind of like loudly slap the sirens off, like the switch that turns those on.
I'm gonna have a lot to say to HR.
Shaker, Spotlight, and Salt. I don't want to... The 3 S's. I don't want to lose you all in the mix. So I want to make sure you're doing stuff. If you have stuff you want to do. What are we doing?
Spunk Monkey, it's in the mix.
Muted. You're still muted.
Andy, did we have any contacts that would know anything about this warehouse or anything? That's what I'm wondering.
Tim, you are muted.
Am I still muted?
No, you're good, Ken.
You're good,
Tim.
Ken.
Tim was
Tim
muted.
was muted. He
Is that
said
better?
something. Yeah. He said something that sounded like it was cool, but we didn't hear it.
I said, I mean, worst case, I could do another stream, get that ad revenue in.
Sure.
But, yeah. I'd
Um,
much rather do IRL action scenes.
Salt. What were you doing?
Well, I think I'm going to use my agent to make a call to Zigzag.
Okay. Ring. This would be after kind of dusting yourself off and moving away from that location.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Is Tark still in the area?
I assume so.
I'm looking at the fence, trying to see if I can find anything to access notes or anything, but maybe cut the electricity.
Oh, right. Sorry. Apologies. I meant to cover that. So
Alright.
as you're kind of doing that and people are kind of passing by, individual in full tactical gear with NCPD insignia kind of walks over to you and says, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you?"
Trying to get to my friends.
Yeah, it seems like you've been kind of stalling and not moving in a cordial and a ready fashion. Keep using the word cordial as a referee, and I don't know why that's happening, but I'm going to stop doing it, move on. So it's like, if you don't have a purpose here, if you could please move along.
Give me a ride.
What'd you say?
Is he in a car or is he just patrolling?
No, he's walking, yeah.
Walking? Alright, fine. Fuck it. Alright. You wanna walk with me?
Are you being smart with me, sir?
No.
As he kind of starts moving towards you.
No.
Move along.
I am. See you later.
Watching you the whole time.
I'm still checking out the fence. I'm not doing anything illegal.
If you start messing with the fence, he walks over to you, and you watch him pull the weapon from the holster. And says,
We're looking at a fence?
I said move along, sir.
I am!
And
This
he's,
is
character's real good
going
at this,
so
Dan.
well.
he's holding the pistol, barrel down, looking at you, waiting for you to just move along.
I
and
am.
Not keep looking at the fence.
What the fuck kind of cop is protecting?
So you obviously didn't watch the video regarding Night City Police.
I'm moving. I'm going.
Okay, great. Not watching the fence. You're just going, right?
I mean, I didn't know that's what pissed him off.
You were acting
Being
suspicious.
here.
You were acting suspicious. He told you to move along.
He's moving along. He's just grabbing the fence and shaking it at certain points. Every once in a while.
It's electric.
Yeah, he gets a bolt cutter out and just starts.
No, yeah, the cop definitely sees you acting suspicious and then starts maneuvering you away from where you're being suspicious. If you
Cops
are
there? Just
yeah,
this one patrolman?
just so far as you can see, yeah. But again, if you
It's information. I'm just trying to get information.
fair enough. If you smart off to cops, their response isn't, "Oh, well, yeah,
I wasn't being smart. I was being flat and I'm moving, going to a friend's house.
yeah."
I was being smart. You just always think I'm being a smart ass.
You said I keep
It's
looking.
you, John.
You said I
I'm
keep
not
looking
being a
at
smart
the.
ass.
I keep looking at the fence and I didn't break the law. And he said, "I don't care."
To you. I didn't say that to the cop.
Yeah, but like he saw you still doing that. He doesn't have.
Look, he told me I needed to move. I need to get out of here.
Goodbye.
He told me don't look at my
It's so
fence.
great. I love
You head
this so
back
much.
up. You catch up with Zigzag, and you catch up with Red Eye.
That cop really cares about fences.
No, he cares about the fact that he gets paid under the table by Militech to make sure security is being handled there.
Yeah, that's cool.
NCPD
And
doesn't work
he
for the
gets an
government.
extra bonus. He gets an extra bonus specifically for making sure that people don't look at the fence. It's
Right.
really nice.
100%.
How much traffic is on that road, though? Good amount.
Not too bad. Yeah, it's actually pretty busy.
What the fuck is he so?
It's pretty busy right now. He's not a traffic cop.
He's a fence cop.
No, like people are walking, but no one's stopping and looking at the fences and looking for weaknesses. Like you're dumbass.
Oh, I'm literally just looking at the fence. What I'm imagining I'm doing is literally walking the length of
That's not how you explained it. But yeah, that's fine.
How much is there to a fence?
I mean, if
I
you're
don't know, man.
looking for details, like you're stopping and kind of paying attention to the weirdest little boxes there and seeing if they're actually integral to making the thing electric.
Excuse me, mister. Would you stop undressing my fence with your eyes
There
and
you
move
go, Kevin.
on?
There you go.
You fence harasser.
I mean, if your fence didn't dress so risque.
Oh no, we're not fence shaming.
Don't. That's a shame.
I mean, it's the one that's like literally shocking.
Don't do it.
Don't do
Notice
it.
anything on the fence that would be.
Shaker would turn to Salt and say, I'm sure those three are extremely competent, and I'm sure they're
Well-
doing an amazing job doing the surveillance of that place.
Before I
Why don't
interrupted,
you help me with something personal?
Not setting off
Yeah,
any
yeah.
alarms.
hold on. Sorry. Before I interrupted Zach and Kevin with Dan's shenanigans, because I forgot to harass him. Then it goes back to you two. You guys are calling each other.
Yeah, Salt's calling me, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Zigzag.
Bonjour.
I just wanted to say, I hope everyone's going okay.
Well, we have not been arrested yet, but we came fucking close.
That was not what I wanted you to say on an unsecure line, but I will talk to you later. Goodbye.
Fucking racial profiling bullshit.
Dan's gonna get shot in the face by that security guard.
Oh man. Okay. So the team of people at the warehouse, are you maneuvering out? If so, I'm gonna go back to Shaker and Salt because it sounded like Shaker was onto something.
Yeah, I'm heading towards the rail station.
Cool.
So Shaker would say to Salt, I'm sure they have the surveillance completely under control.
Yeah, I bet they got they probably got the numbers of security guards and what weapons they have and all that
I'm
stuff.
sure. Well, I have a personal thing I wanted to take care of. You can come along if you want to. I have to take a ride by the south side.
I don't know. Do you want me to go along? I don't have anything else to do.
Oh, real quick, if you're investigating the blue ecstasy,
Yep,
we're gonna go ahead and omit that because
that's fine. But that's just what he would want to do.
Let me give you a chronological situation. Last Tuesday's session ended with them seeing Black Megan do a thing at
Okay,
the blue ecstasy. That was the sighting that is being reported.
got it.
In chronological order, that game session happened 2 days after the gig where you got yourself blown to smithereens, which was a week ago in your game.
Okay.
So you're in the future of the Tuesday game right now.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, you can swing by there, but I can't tell you what happens there.
Yeah, that's fine. So
I have no idea.
It doesn't seem like Shaker and Salt have any like obvious things to do to get ready for this gig other than
Sure.
just to wait. So I was trying to find us something to do and express our confidence in our
100%. So
compatriots.
at a later point, I will retcon detail what happens with you and him at the Blue Ecstasy, and time is spent during the evening doing that. That said, Spotlight, I'm certain you're just kind of just streaming, just getting through, some time cutting it away, and wondering what's going on with this gig. You haven't gotten any information about other than that one
Yeah,
meeting
they
at
didn't
a
want me to
time.
come with them to do surveillance. Shaker doesn't want me anywhere near him. It's just like, fine, I'm gonna go plug away and pay them bills.
You pop into your own stream that was a throwback of you actually doing it earlier that was like pre-filmed, and you jump into it live in the middle of it and you say, hey, I'm actually here. Try and you just jump right back into that video game. Okay, but if there's nothing else throughout the evening that you want to do on the Thursday, is there anything in particular that you want to suss out, and handle?
I want to give Shaker a call.
Okay.
Once we're back I'm good with Tark and Red Eye. Tark, you don't need to keep following me. I'm just heading back to the office for the night. I appreciate you keeping me alive, but I'm going home.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Red Eye was going to go home anyway, so she'll just continue doing that.
Back at the office, I'd like to give Shaker a call.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Yep. Yeah, hello.
Bonjour. I have a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could perhaps acquire a type of, let's say, delivery vehicle?
I'm sure we could make that happen.
Tomorrow evening, I've set up a Friday night special for the weapons requirement, but perhaps throughout the day you could maybe with Selt and I think it might be nice to live stream with Spotlight a little how you say it, truck heist?
Grand Theft
Oui,
Auto.
oui,
What
oui.
did you say, John?
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Do you have like what are the trucks look like that go in and out? Do you know what it should look like?
There were a few different vehicles that we saw. What I'm looking for, perhaps, is a type of just a box that would fit all the whole team in the back of the vehicle. Perhaps with one driver and a passenger on the front. Oui.
Mm-hmm. Do the trucks need to go through a checkpoint to get in?
Yes, there will be a security checkpoint, but my hope is to set up some sort of a drop or a buy inside of the warehouse over the next few days.
Intimacy
Okay.
with the setting is important, so we're definitely going to try and up that. I want to make sure that you are aware of something.
Mhm.
You would know that there are Militech uh, uh, warehouses present. Militech vehicles typically have identification markers inside of them that would designate them past any type of security that's being upheld. So if you're in a Militech vehicle and it's not been broadcast that that vehicle's been stolen somehow or some way, that vehicle should work for you to get past any kind of checkpoints or anything like that. So any Militech vehicle would work.
Can you work with Red Eye to help us mask the fact that the vehicle has been stolen?
You are
That
welcome
seems
to
important.
contact her. If you like, I can put her in touch with you. Did you not
Mhm.
exchange information at the restaurant?
I don't think we did. No.
This is fan. I shall send her a message.
Okay.
Is there anything else you are requiring for this heist?
I think that that's it for now. I would like more information when you have it.
Okay. So, are there anywhere in your mind where you think you might be able to find a Militech vehicle, like just out in the wild, and abscond with it, without drawing attention, and potentially killing all parties who are in
Right.
and around the vehicle quickly?
So the first thought that comes to mind would be if I have any contacts with the Valentinos who seem to be running in the place where I live. Like I'm sure I have regular contacts with them, right? Like
Yeah,
just
and you would know too, and again, this is more of a 2077 kind of knowledge tidbit you might
Mhm.
have as well. Militech vehicles are all over the place. They act
right.
as the military for the new United States of America, in a lot of regards. There are going to be patrol vehicles all over the place because in some sectors they also function alongside the police. Um, they're a private security firm, but they're also private military corporation.
So one thought that I have would be if there's a way to locate place where they have the vehicles repaired,
Okay.
serviced.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. Do you know any techies that do repair jobs that might be, involved in that kind of thing? Probably not.
Well,
But
I do know this person, Lucky, who I used to associate with, who might know someone.
yeah, Lucky wouldn't, and is also really busy today. But the Valentino's angle was fun. Do you want to go ahead and go back home and talk around and see if you can't find out some information there?
Yeah, I'd want to
Okay.
do that with people who I feel like I have a relationship with because I live there, and who might,
Go ahead and give me a streetwise check. And you're with Salt still?
Um, Kevin, I'm just trying to decide whether you being there and not living in the place would make things harder. Um, let's say that I'm doing this on my own,
Okay, so Salt's dropped you off, and you've headed in. Okay.
and so it's streetwise. You said.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to find it.
Should be under social skills.
Right. I am going to I'm going to use. Do luck points? How
Luck
do
points
luck points come
refresh
back?
after the gig, so if you're still in
Okay.
this gig next week, you don't refresh.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 2 luck points.
Go with it. Add 2 to your roll.
15.
So 17. Or did you put it 2 in your?
I ticked off 2.
Oh no, put it back to 0. If it was at 0 streetwise. Yeah, never add
Okay.
anything into that. Yeah, that's your skill level.
Uh,
No worries.
okay.
15 is the actual amount, though. Great. You're talking to some Valentino boys in and around the mega building, and they say, Militech? Well, what are you trying to do with Militech? I mean, we know where you might find some of them, but what's the score? What's the hit?
It will make it worth your while if you could just give me the information and not ask any more questions about it.
That's the kind of thing I like to hear. Um, but I like to see those eddies up front. Show me the flash the cash.
So, like, would I know offhand, like, how many eddies would be the appropriate amount to give at this place? Like,
Information.
100, 500?
100. 100's not bad.
All right.
500 will definitely lubricate it real fast. The information right out of his mouth. But 100 is like fair.
Okay, let's split the difference and we'll do 250.
He goes, all right. Yeah, they've got Militech private investigators just south of here, near a place called what's it called? Little bar. Looks over to his friend. A Coyote Coja. I can't pronounce Spanish words because I'm bad at it. It's a little bar just near there. Back alleyway. They've had a couple of Militech folks over there for some time.
This is for repairs, right?
No. It's some sort of investigation or something. V's haven't been around there too often, but I think they're over there right now. Are they over there right now? Call random name. Okay, hold on a second. Speaking in Spanish, and then looks back to you. Yeah, they got a Militech ride right over there right now.
Do you know if the officers are there as well?
Don't know.
Okay.
You want to make human perception to check if this guy's giving you the straight?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Go with it.
Um, 14.
Seems like he's on the level.
Mm-hmm. Right. I guess my concern is that, like, if there's police around and just boosting it from them is a really bad idea because it's going to be marked as stolen and it'll prevent us from getting where we want to get to. That's I was hoping for, like, something that's being repaired.
They don't know anything about that.
All right.
Militech doesn't do repairs out here in the city. They would do the repairs in their facility or on the military base.
Got it. Okay. Great. So after I leave him, I would use my agent to get with Salt.
Okay. Do you want to call anybody else?
Yeah.
Extra gun on hand always helps. Wink,
Yeah.
wink. Call Spotlight.
Yeah.
License plates can be blurred in real time, right, John?
John, he can't call me because he wouldn't exchange info.
Well, so salty. But Salt has the information though, so Salt can be the third party and connect.
Okay. If you all kind of gather together and Spotlight brush out of your thing and kind of head over that way.
Guys, we're switching over to an ILR stream. Got some heat coming up. Stay tuned.
If Salt were to, when we get together, we said this is something we don't want to broadcast.
You meet up, and again, like he said, the license plates and everything can be dropped out, so can faces, like from the stream.
Okay. All right.
Also, another thing he could do is brain dance record it and then throw it up later and have it edited down so that it doesn't even look like, whatever you think it's happening is happening.
Right,
just-
but there he did stream the day before all of our faces and mention our names.
You shook his hand.
So-
You
Not. Yeah,
I didn't
not
shake his
all
hand.
of
I
our
fist bumped him.
faces.
It was
Not
good.
all of our faces.
you shook his hand. He wasn't.
I didn't shake his hand.
You said you did.
I did
No,
not.
you
Fist
You
bumped.
fist
He
bumped him.
specifically said he
Close
did not
enough.
shake hands.
Oh,
I
sorry.
specifically said there was
Well,
an agreement there.
apparently fist bumps are a part of the agreement. I
Are they
guess.
legal?
Hey,
Yeah, I'd
Shaker.
like you to prove that.
Regardless, the
Shaker,
three.
I'm going to call you not Shaker. Here's an idea. How about we surveil the place that has this vehicle, and then when the people who are coming to pick it up in like 10 hours or whenever
Well-
go to get it, we kill them and take their keys,
That's what I was
or
gonna-
we could just knock them out.
That's what I was
Whatever
going to
you
get to. So you guys do arrive on the scene relatively close to one another. Salt arriving back from wherever he was driving off, and Spotlight showing up. Shaker, you're the first on the scene, and you can see that it's an alleyway that runs like straight down. It's underneath kind of an overpass, like a road kind of runs over top of you all. And this kind of alleyway is just like a series of brick buildings that are basically just small little garages, like little, it's like personal storage, you know? And you can see that there's a Militech vehicle kind of parked in the center of the road there. Looks like there's one operative who is currently exiting out of one of the cubicles and is sliding down the metal door shut. Picks up a pair of bolt cutters and starts walking over to the next little cubicle. And there appears to be one more guy, 2 total guys, inside of the vehicle, kind of sitting there. The vehicle in question looks like it's an SUV. Looks like it has storage space on the sides and personnel space in the interior, probably for upwards of 8. If you've ever been in a Militech kind of operation, which Shaker I believe you have, you would note that there's probably space in the back for 8 sitting, and yeah, it looks like the chairs in this one, though it is tinted, it's hard to see. Looks like the back chairs have been taken out. Looks like they're using this as a collection vehicle.
So what do I see about these 2 people?
The one guy appears to be breaking open the personal storages. It looks like he's been doing so all on one side, probably throughout the day, and searching through each of them for something.
So he doesn't appear to be like the driver of the vehicle. but
The guy
some other-
inside the vehicle appears to be the driver of the vehicle, and he's just kind of casually sitting in his vehicle, window rolled down, kind of turned just slightly, and every so often, or when the guy came out and picked up his bolt cutter, he says, "Not that one. Mark off number 8." And you hear, "Got it," come from the SUV.
Okay, so Shaker would definitely stay out of the way. Wait, especially for
Yep, they arrive.
Spotlight to come. He would explain what's going on and suggest that if there's any way that Spotlight can create a distraction, that this might provide an opportunity for Salt and I to boost the van.
Well, there are only
The guy busting up in lockers, or the guy driving the vehicle, so you can sneak in the other side and knock him out.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, John.
So, real quick, there are 2 of them. If they are allowed to live, they will probably report the vehicle is stolen.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
I think
All
you're
right. So
thinking of this mission the wrong way.
yeah, I'm thinking with clearly I am. Okay. So Salt,
Shaker, which one do you want, Shaker?
I'll take the one in the driver's seat.
I'll distract him while you
Alright.
take him from behind, and then Salt, you can go hit the guy up, busting up open lockers.
You can also shoot people too, Tim.
All right. What I was
Yeah,
thinking of,
you get the
John,
gun
I'm
out.
gonna get nice and close to that window, use my fame to charm him, and while he least expects, slit his throat.
Okay, you head on over.
Well, hang on a minute. I object to that plan. How about Salt sneaks up to the door? Either the guy in the vehicle gets distracted and comes out of the door, and then I get him, or I just
No.
stick my sword right into his heart through the door, or through the
We
window.
need to make sure they don't use any radio.
So
to call out.
here's the thing: if a guy who looks like a trained ass killer comes walking over, they're probably not going to be like, "Oh yeah," and you're not going to sneak through this area because there's nothing to sneak behind. It's literally just a thoroughfare in between 2 series of lockups, straight down.
Wait a minute. You could moonwalk because it looks like you're not even moving, but really you go pretty far.
Just
Ser-
bring your
serious,
forehead
Right over
over.
to
serious face, serious face. So spotlight distraction might work, but
Yes.
you gotta have a play. Are you just gonna go up there like you're a celeb, or are you gonna play like one of these is yours, or what?
Yeah. I'll like kind of thinking like from the media thing. It'd be like, yo, like kind of spinning the lie that like I had a locker in this area,
Okay.
and like, what are you doing?
Okay.
And then that leads into the celeb side of things, like who I am. Don't you know who I am?
You would know from
Spotlight.
this vantage point, you've got a clear line of sight from the side that you're coming in on the guy who is bolt cutting. The other guy, you would need to circle around the outside of the establishment and come to the other entrance near the bar to be able to get a good line of sight on him. Unless you're walking over there and seeing him, because the way the car is tilted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I think for me it'd be I make a distraction
Right,
with
but
the guy actively bolt cutting.
but wait until whoever is going around to the other
Sure.
side to get in position. So
Yeah.
Shaker said he was going for the window, so he's the runner. So he's
Yep.
going to go around the other side, give a gesture to Spotlight. Spotlight will then, but you should probably connect the two of you so you can hollow instead of, make hand gestures.
Yeah.
So you got his phone number now?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright.
You won't regret it, Shaker. You won't
All
regret
right.
it.
So you guys hollow up, all three of you connected, synced, and then once Shaker's in position, Salt, you're holding your position so that you are within striking distance, melee, on this guy with a quick run. So, that said, you come walking up. The guy with the bolt cutter is, by the time you start doing this, has bolt cutted his way into the next one and is inside that box. You walk past him, no problem. You could make it to the car, or you could try and address him inside of there. But you could literally walk up on the car right now. Looks like the guy inside is distracted with something else.
Why don't you go up to the car? I'll take care of the guy.
Hey! Oh yeah, I start walking up the car. Like, what's going on over here? This is one of my lockers. Why are you cutting into them?
You make it up to the window of the car, right? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm going to the car.
Okay. You make it up to the car window, and you start saying that. The guy kind of lifts up from his look and starts reaching down for a weapon. He seems distracted. You do hear a kerfuffle from inside of the box, like someone's coming out of some mess. Shaker, you have a pretty good line of sight on him, and I would say, too, you've also had the time to aim on this guy, because he's in position. Do you want
What range?
You are at, let's see... I believe you would be in the third range increment. Let me double check the markers here. Oh, what page was that again? Let's see. My computer is being difficult.
He forgets and shoots the grenade launcher. No.
Okay.
No.
So for shooting purposes, you are currently in between 13 and 25 meters.
Okay, so not in shotgun range, right?
No, you are definitely in assault rifle range.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. Are you going to use auto fire or single shot? And if you're targeting anything besides the head, you have a potential of having to try and cut through the door, which you would know is up armored.
Right, so let's target the head. And remind me again which one of those firing options is more accurate?
Single shot.
Okay.
Okay. So
And I'm going to,
spend luck.
well, not only that, but I'm going to use my combat awareness.
Okay.
And let's do that for... Is it precision attack? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So for every 3, you get a +1. So you should have a +2 from that.
Yep.
+2 from precision, +1 from targeting scope, right?
Targeting scope. I'm not sure that's is that is it
Yeah.
automatically?
Yeah, it should be added in. +1, or no, it shouldn't be added in. It's not automatic. You have to notate it. +1 for aiming, so we're at a total of +4. And then how much luck did you say you're spending?
2.
Okay, so a total of +6 on top of whatever you roll. So go ahead and make a
Assault rifle.
yeah. Well, in combat, you should be able to quickly attack. Okay, so
It's a 20.
20. All right, and at this distance, 13 to 25 meters for an assault rifle. Target number is 15, but because you targeted the head, it's a -8 to your roll. So you miss. It hits the inside of the vehicle. You watch it kind of splinter the window in front of him, noting that it is a bulletproof situation. The surprise is still up. Salt, you hear the gunfire. You know exactly what your job is. Run into the box and fight the guy in the box. Are you moving in and just attacking him with sword?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jab him in the heart.
Okay. So go ahead and make...
I also have like some of those things in combat awareness, so I get like +1 to damage and stuff
Sure.
like that. +1 to attack too, but I think that automatically adds in. I think.
I don't think it does, but yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna jab him with the sword.
Or it might. Who knows?
Yes, heart
All right.
shot, man.
So he fails to evade. Go ahead and roll damage. And I'm sorry, actually, rewind. Are you attacking him in the body or the head?
A body.
Okay.
It
Go
does
ahead.
less damage, but I'm almost sure to hit.
Yep. And you get a second attack, so that's fine too. But go ahead and give me the damage for the first roll.
I forgot about the second attack. Cool.
All right.
No damage. 9.
Okay. It seems to cut through his armor pretty well, but it doesn't seem to do much to him other than create kind of like a thin red line. Go ahead with the second attack.
All right, then this is when you pull it out after jabbing him in the chest.
Well, you didn't penetrate. It's just kind of like a slash.
Could I pull it out and then go for the head?
Yeah.
Like baseball
But
shot?
there's no pulling out. I'm saying you didn't penetrate. Like you just kind of scratched him.
It's much more exciting if you're pulling out then chopping the head.
Go ahead and roll your attack. I know how much you want to pull out, Kevin. I get it. Yeah, with his evasion, that'll hit the second time too. Go ahead and roll damage. And you're going for the head. Oh, sorry, you said you were going for the head. -8.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
yes, that still works.
Still hit.
I
Sweet.
got an 8 on my evasion, so that's
I did good damage too.
all right.
12.
So kind of thin cut and then spin around, bring it towards the head, slashing into it. It seems to be enough. Yeah, you lop his head clean off. There's kind of like
Nice.
a massive spray of blood that kind of shoots up into the ceiling, kind of covering the light in there. So it kind of goes dark inside. And last but not least, Spotlight. You're right there. Go ahead.
Slice and dice comes out.
You get 2 total attacks with a slice and dice.
Alright. I am aiming for the head because I'm going for decapitations.
Yeah, I got evasion, but I'm going to be taking a penalty to my evasion because I am sitting in a chair. And I have my seatbelt on.
Alright. Hopefully this works correctly.
Yeah. You're going for the head, you said, so -8. Okay. Go ahead and roll damage on that. And then give me the second attack.
Wow, nice job.
Nice.
Critical success on your melee weapons, by the way. So yeah, what you end up watching is like the bullet kind of, and you see him kind of like panicked, get the gun out. It's a Militech Avenger. It's kind of like right up here. You bring in the slice and dice and throw it out, so the line goes underneath his gun, and then kind of loops back and around. And then you kind of reach out with your other hand and grab a hold of the exiting wire and kind of pull. You see it kind of lash into his neck at first, and kind of like it's like a tight grip, but he tries to force it away, and then you kind of go, and you watch his hand and his head kind of go inside of the vehicle. Not as massive a blood spray, but still a pretty one that kind of shoots out of the window perfectly and leaves no blood inside of the car at all.
That was better than that fatality on Kung Fu Fighter 9 last night.
Nice.
Like.
Yeah, the heart
Want
symbols
more of
are
that blood works? Like, comment, subscribe.
your Times Square marquee. You can just see the hearts going up along the side. So you throw the body out, hop into the vehicle, driving. Kind of wave everybody over. You see Salt come out and kind of perform like a quick flick of his blade, throwing the blood off of it. I would say, what would you do with the body that you throw out of the vehicle?
So is there another? There's other vehicles we could throw it into, right?
Or you can throw him into the storage facility.
Does anybody have a lock? An extra lock? Or
I
just
got
throw
the
it in here without a
handcuff.
lock?
We could just put that through the lock. I don't know how well it'll work, but it might hold it shut for a bit.
If you take the locks that are currently on offer, the ones that were bolt cutted, kind of settle them in there, and we're able to heat them somehow with some sort of thermal whip or something like that, you might be able to create enough of a weld that it would hold it shut.
Good.
Yeah, but I don't think we can do that. Do either of these fools have an
Is
excellent
the slice and dice
assault
considered
rifle?
thermal at all?
Yeah, it is a thermal whip. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so we have the slice and dice. So yeah, we'll let's take their guns off them and any extra magazines.
Sure. They both have Avengers, which are medium pistols, and they have a total of 3 clips each.
Okay.
What were you saying, Kevin? Sorry.
Oh, I didn't know if any of them had like excellent quality assault rifles or anything. That
No,
would just be too
they have-
lucky.
They have excellent quality pistols. Medium pistols.
Also, why don't we check out that locker? He seemed distracted by it himself. What's in it?
Well, if you go
Gotta
into
get
the
out of Dodge.
if you go into the one that he was in, you can't really see much because there's no light because the fluorescent lighting is literally sheet covered in blood.
What about my eyes? I have the.
You snap into low light and you kind of start looking around. It looks like just a hodgepodge of old kind of bits and parts. Looks like a techie's kind of like leftover nonsense. You kind of are looking around and you see what looks like kind of an old data box, like for old computer systems, kind of sitting off to the side. But you're not sure what he was interested in what he was looking for, or if he was even in this this storage space, because they were going through each of them in turn.
Well, because you said the one that he was going into as I was walking past, he had paused and he seemed slightly distracted by what was inside.
No, I mean he went inside to search it.
I gotcha. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The data box doesn't look very big. Obviously, if they were using the big truck that they have to carry whatever they were carrying, they're probably looking for something that's a bit more massive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would just take the data box just in case.
Okay.
Maybe Red Eye wants it. I don't know.
Chuck it in there.
Yeah, chuck it in the back. Throw their bodies in the thing. Shut it. Lock it. Thermal whip it tight. Take their guns. Throw it in the back too, and be on our merry way.
Cool.
And if we have any kind of like if there's any water accessible or whatever to kind of spray down any blood splatter anywhere outside of the outside visible.
Yeah. The couple things you would note, Shaker, when you take this is a investigator's vehicle. So you would note that it's not being tracked. The low jack on it only activates if it is activated by the corporation, and they have a need for it to be kind of tracked. Investigators are supposed to operate off the grid. Whatever they were doing was clandestine, to be sure. Yeah, you've got their vehicle.
So, Shaker would contact Zigzag and update the vehicle and ask if maybe Red Eye could secure a dark place where we could sort of store this on the down low until we need it.
You're asking Red Eye if you can find a garage?
No, well, not a garage so much as a place that would not be hackable or like internet, like that kind of thing, traceable, trackable.
I get what
I mean,
you're.
I can.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can probably make sure that if there is stuff he said that there was a low jack in there, but it wasn't on. But I can also make sure that it can't be enabled remotely or anything. But I'm not as positive how much I could necessarily get a secured location. That I don't think is inside my wheelhouse.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
a fixer's job.
All right.
I
Yeah,
have any place I can
zigzag.
park a car?
Anika has a garage.
Yeah, so just bring it to the office and park it in Anika's garage.
All right.
And as I said, if you want me to take a look at the low jack and make sure it can't be accessed remotely, I could do that. But
Okay.
Yeah, but you can do that tomorrow when you come over for the Friday night specials sale.
Yeah.
yeah,
So that would be the last of it. Anika would send out, would send a text over to you, Zigzag, and say that the Friday night sale will happen on Friday morning. She's got a couple of people who are coming in to sell some wares, yeah.
Is it possible for us to also potentially acquire some Militech uniforms, which she has access to those?
She would say no. She doesn't. But
Okay.
if you want to buy some high fashion militarism style suits, that's usually what Militech wears anyways. They don't really have a uniform.
Oh, okay.
Unless,
Then
unless they're
that's
solos.
got it. That's fine. I will set aside some time after the sale to do that, but I will let them all know Friday morning is when we're doing the
Okay. So
buy.
just to make sure, nothing else left to do during the night. The next morning, everyone will show up at Anika's garage to do the gun sale, and then we'll kind of move through the Friday after that. I think that's a pretty decent stopping point. I'll go ahead and stop the session, and thanks for watching. Oh, bye.